Favorite outdoor activity, golf, bike riding, bird watching, long walks. Ask 100 people, you'll get 100 answers. But if everyday aches and pains are keeping you on the sidelines, I have one answer. Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free daily supplement that helps your body fight pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients. It doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. Wherever you're hurting, back, neck, joints, or muscles, in 3 weeks or less, you'll start to feel the difference all day, every day. So whatever you like to do, swimming, pickleball, hanging out in the garden, Relief Factor can help you feel good again and let you enjoy all your favorite outdoor activities all summer long. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF and save on your first order. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. How you doing? 303 with Pete Davis, sidekick producer and sports raconteur right there. And the mechanical mangler at the controls. It's Flounder. It's freaking Monday. Look at him.
The day I was born.
Now we got his hockey glove on. His hockey. Are they still playing? I thought the Edmonton stayed in the living thing, I guess, did they?
I didn't even notice I had the hockey glove on.
Oh, you couldn't even tell. I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden it's on your hand there. What, are you getting a fight or something? Or what the?
I tell you what, if you want to get in a fight, this is the thing to be wearing here.
Yes, it is. Although notice when they want to get in a real fight, they take them off.
I know, it's stupid. I keep it on, just pound them.
Yeah, but the problem is that it's big, lumpy. You get a guy with a knuckle sandwich.
This is not lump. This is hard plastic.
Well, anyway, then you have to explain why they take their gloves off when they. I mean, that's what they do. Anyway, it's a macho thing. I'm pretty sure. In fact, I remember the last time my daughter noticed when I went to visit her back, several years ago when I was retired, and I showed up and my knuckles were all bloody. She said, I shouldn't have mentioned that. So, some guy took exception to my car while I was driving across country to go visit my kids, and and gave me a load of crap about something because you didn't you think you got much so I begged to differ. And the fellow made the mistake of, trying to be aggressive with a Kimmer. So anyway, sorry. Okay, 305. Here's the number, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Pete Davis, first let's go weekend time. Pete Davis, weekend activities, anything new and exciting as we begin our newsy Monday day?
I had to pass up tubing yesterday. I have been fighting a migraine since Thursday afternoon, since I was there at work. So it's like, it was a beautiful day to go tubing outside of the flood watch and the 2 thunderstorms, other than that. But, I couldn't go because it's too bright outside. It's still too bright outside.
Now, that wasn't an eyeglass thing? Your vision problem getting into your headache?
No, it's just that dull ache inside, and sometimes you want to puke.
But wasn't a doctor hoping that it was your vision problem, that you have the wrong prescription, or that that wasn't anything to do with it?
That's not it.
Anyway, and there's nothing they can do about migraines? It's just, that's the way it is?
Nope.
No medicine, you can't take a pill when you feel one coming on, or any of that stuff, huh?
Well, there is one, but it doesn't work for me.
Yeah. So. Oh, boy. Well, anyway, and I pretty much have a heartbreaker there. I'm so sorry.
I watched the Braves in the U.S. Open. It was all right.
How'd you watch the Braves?
I'm streaming. I can watch the Braves.
You got that app on your watch. I remember now.
Like most Americans.
Like every other American but me. I think we did a survey. Thank you, Flounder. How was your weekend, sir? Hot and steamy?
It was hot. Yesterday I played golf. And then the day before, just ran errands, did some Costco shopping, things like that.
Oh, my. Oh, that's can you fight a way out of that place? Or
we were only there for about an hour. It wasn't too bad.
Last time I went into Costco when I got my daughter a credit card there, and out in Denver when I visited her, and I had to get one for myself, I guess, too. And I still get this stuff on my phone every 20 minutes. I get a Costco alert of some kind. So anyway, 306 Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Got a billion stories talking about. I mean, this has got to be part of the setup when Barack Hussein Putty Tat leads president wash your daughter off the stage by the wrist like a 4-year-old who's been, oh my God. And he must have known that everybody would go nuts by the visual of him reaching for, maybe it's part of the plan.
Well, he's been leading them for the last 4 years.
I know, but again, I mean, the visual. And this is a star-studded fundraiser? Like there wouldn't be anybody paying attention? I mean, oh my God, that's the most visualized presidential thing probably in the last 4 years. No one's ever going to forget the picture of Putty Tat leading him away by the hand. Oh, man. Anyway. So
in 1 week, it surpassed a skydiver landing in front of him and him looking the other way at a dove or something.
And then the Italian prime minister chick has to grab him and lead him away by the hand and turn him around. No, it's over here, Mr. Oh, my God. I mean,
a man literally falls out of the sky in front of you.
Right. He's still looking around the other direction. Anyway, he was looking for snipers. A man was looking for snipers, I'm sure of it. Anyway, and we'll talk. We got a whole bunch of stories about politics and the campaign. You'll hear the campaign ad from President showers with daughter and how they're again. He can't brag about himself. The Democrat campaign for president is not look what we've done. Who would not? Boy, we're just going to get another 4 years of this because we're doing such a great thing for America. You'd think anybody running for president would say, this is why you should keep me in office. They don't have any of that. The only thing they have, Donald Trump's a felon. Donald Trump's a convicted felon, and he's going to get back as a dictator and with revenge if you elect him again. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they have. I mean, how pathetic is that? Again, dividing the country in half deliberately. No president, no anybody of a foreign leadership has ever done that to his country that I've ever remember in history.
I never remember a presidential ad calling the opponent a dictator and will destroy the Constitution.
Yeah, and he's talking about us. He's talking about his followers. He's not talking about Trump. He's talking about people who would let him get away with it, which is you and me. Mm-hmm. He can kiss my ass about that. Who the hell is he? Who's he accusing? He's accusing me of that? There's fighting words. I honestly, God, they're freaking asking for it.
Well, you got to wonder, are they trying to provoke?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. And again, and it's so obvious.
Provoke to do what? That's the thing. Do they want to go out and riot?
To crack down.
I think, honestly, I don't. It won't work, but I think they would love to have Trump supporters cause trouble.
Yeah.
So they can say, see, we told you. They're already coming after us before the election. They're already trying to. I mean, but
it's the exact opposite because when in fact something upsets them that the right does, they go and they.
Yeah, I mean, it's again they accuse the conservatives of doing exactly what they're doing, and they're still saying oh my God, this is all fake. That Biden hasn't lost anything off his fastball. Man, it's just as bright as that. I mean, continuing the lie. Anyway, we'll talk about that and MSNBC among other things. Hillary Rodham, P. Stinky Fart Cabbage back in the news again. Also, if you haven't heard that sheriff in Maryland talking about the illegal alien who sneaked in to commit crimes and stuff, in a nutshell, this guy is saying, we're not a border state, except now everybody's a border state. We got that coming up for you too. A quick thing. Pete found the story of the Bible angel massacre from almost 3,000 years ago in the Holy Land. The Assyrian soldiers came to conquer, and the angels had another theory about that. And if they think they can prove stuff, I mean, it's going to be pretty cool. Wouldn't it be great if somehow there was a whole layer of earth? Something happened where there was a giant thing, and like a meteor or something, and it cut away a quarter of a mile down in the earth in the Middle East for some reason. It just opened it up, and all of a sudden under there is the Ark of the Covenant, and the ram's horns, with Jesus' fingerprints on them, how cool would that be?
We have his fingerprints on file.
I think we got him on file. I mean, seriously, wouldn't that be
Scotland
cool?
Yard.
Wouldn't that be cool as hell? I mean, seriously, maybe God's going to say, "Well, okay, all right, God, let me just show you. Here it is," and boom, pow, and there's somehow. Anyway,
supposedly the Assyrians surrounded Jerusalem, and they were done for.
Yeah,
and then overnight, they were massacred by the angels. Everyone said, "Oh, that couldn't have happened." Blah blah blah. Yeah. Well, now they found the Assyrian camp.
They think they found the camp. It's the actual layout of it. Anyway, so we'll talk about that in a second here. Also, a little bit of sad news, and I remember this name, Mike Brumley. And if you are a longtime baseball fan and Braves fan, former major leaguer Mike Brumley, who also worked with the Braves and is remembered very powerfully by a Braves player. Mike Brumley died in a car crash over the weekend. He was 61 years old. It happened in Mississippi. Mike Brumley's career started in 1987 to 1995, played for 6 teams, drafted by the Red Sox. But he worked with the Braves recently, where he developed very close relationships with a bunch of players, including Austin Riley. Yesterday morning, Austin Riley said he was awakened at 2:30 in the morning about the news. Austin Riley said, "There are very few people that have been role models in my baseball career, my dad being number 1, Mike Brumley being number 2. I feel for his family and kids, everybody that was close to. A tragic day. Prayers out to his family. It's a tough pill to swallow." Austin Riley said he had worked with Mike Brumley earlier this week when the Braves were in Baltimore. He said he had conversations with a former infielder on a regular basis. Wow. And incidentally, and again, holy crap, it's Horse of Pete coming up a little after 5 o'clock. But this was particularly emotional for Riley on Sunday, yesterday, when he hit his 3rd consecutive home run in as many games to tie the Braves against the Rays in the bottom of the 8th. But then he pointed to the sky as he rounded first. And Austin Riley said, quote, "He was in the back of my mind the whole time, really all day, and it's just tough." Sad news, 61 years old, Mike Brumley killed in a car crash in Mississippi. And obviously condolences and, prayers and so forth for family and friends, and including Braves players who just worked with him last week. I mean, just wow. Life, every time something like this happens, boom. And, there by the grace, I mean, what am I doing? Still walking around. Seriously. Anyway, I'm really... I know you can all hope all you want. All right, thank you. Anyway,
I asked about you just this morning.
You thought, I don't know, we can't come there. Yeah, something bad happened.
Anyone seen Kimmer?
Oh my God, thank God. We thought he left a note. Anyway, 3:14, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. It's freaking Monday. Oh, and I got a concert update. It may save me from Friday. We'll see. Coming up, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Look at everything.
A verdict that has truly changed America.
I cannot believe guilty on all 34 counts.
As we enter the heart of election season, what does this mean for conservatives?
As an attorney, as somebody who's committed your life to this, how much does it bother you to see the rule of law in very weird way applied?
It's greatly concerning to me.
Trust Atlanta's only conservative voice for the real answers and the perspectives that matter to you.
It's time for red state attorney generals and district attorneys to get busy.
This is XTRA 106.3 FM and streaming free across Georgia on the XTRA app.
On this episode of The Real Houses of Atlanta.
Whoa, Bobby, what's going on?
Well, now that I'm the HOA president, I'm going to start cracking down on the neighborhood.
With a sledgehammer?
Oh, look, this place is looking rough, and nobody's moving right now either. So I'm telling the neighbors it's time to fix up the homes they have.
And what do you suggest?
Well, I'm telling everybody on the block about Exovations. They're right here, and they can get your house the facelift it needs. We're talking new siding, roofing, windows, doors, decks, even porches, patios, and porticos. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to start with Jim next door. Hey, Jimmy, you got a window out. Check the bylaws.
Hi, this is Candace with Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. Avoid an HOA headache and let us give your home the facelift it needs. We'll introduce you to our ExoVision, our very own architectural design that allows you to envision your home's transformation before you even start the project. Ready for your on-time, on-budget, and stress-free renovation? Visit exovations.com and book your consultation today.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. And now, the security riddle of the day. What's less secure than a fake safe from a furniture big box store? Joe Biden's fake border policy, of course. But hey, there is good news. This time next year, Joe Biden will not be president. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. Build a wall around your valuables with a safe from the Safe House. We have certified delivery crews to install your safe. With over 30 years in the safe business, the Safe House is the place to buy safe in Georgia. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Don't miss the Atlanta Mushroom Festival, Sunday, June 23rd at Park Tavern in Piedmont Park. Beginning at 12 p.m. and ending at 7 p.m., this dog and family-friendly event features live music, educational speakers from the CDC and Emory, and over 30 mushroom-themed vendors. Early bird tickets are only $10, which directly supports the nonprofit festival. For more information, visit AtlantaMushroomFestival.com or Atlanta Mushroom Festival on all social platforms.
Tax season can be stressful, but it's also a wake-up call. It's time to think beyond April and plan for your future. At Master Plan Retirement Consultants, we're not just advisors, we're your partners in building a secure retirement. At Master Plan Retirement Consultants, we understand the challenges Georgians face. That's why we offer personalized strategies to maximize your retirement income, minimize taxes, and ensure you never outlive your assets. Join the Master Plan family and let us guide you through every financial milestone. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your appointment today. Master Plan Retirement Consultants, where your journey and destination are both important. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
It's the time of year where the owner of Central Heating and Air, Santa Chuck, is bringing back the 4th annual Christmas in July, benefiting Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Now through July, $10 from every new maintenance agreement will go directly to the Christmas in July program. The more maintenance agreements you sign up for, the bigger and better we can make Christmas in July. And remember that Central services all makes and models. So call 770-GET-HEAT, go to centralheat.com. Carrier products, carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier expert.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Hey Atlanta, it's Ben, host of the Weekend Ben Burnett Show, proudly brought to you by Peach State Pride. Each and every weekend, we bring you all the issues going on around the globe and what America's ultimate role is in order to drive our agenda forward as conservatives. And if you ever miss an episode, you can download everything I've ever done on Apple, Spotify, or you can go to the podcast park. See you around, Atlanta.
See, 60 and 22. I mean, come on. Well, I mean, did you ever date a really, really younger girl? When I told you about the girl Tracy, who I met on a commercial shoot for a golf course down in Fayette County, and she was a marketing girl. I think she was 21, and I was like 45, single, divorced, and everything. And here in Atlanta, and we went out a couple of times, and she was magnificent in every way. Just but we had nothing to talk about. I mean, I'd meet her someplace to with her friends and to shoot pool or something, and it was like
that's an easy one. If we don't have anything in common, let's just head back to my place.
Well, yeah, that's what it was. But again, after a while, it just seems, it lasted. Just sweet girl, but what the hell, Anyway, and I don't even want to tell you about Amanda. Oh, that was a whole. Don't get confused now. We're not talking about our local Amanda. This is a whole different Amanda. I just had a sweet thought. All right, hold on. 321. Hold on. Okay. Birthday list. Joe Piscopo, 73 today. And it says here is still the biggest cautionary tale for actors who are thinking about prematurely leaving Saturday Night Live for film careers. Yes. Joe Piscopo, 73. And boy, did he get into weightlifting. Man, he turned into one big muscle-headed knot for a while, and then I think I saw him. Did I see him doing a commercial or something? He's a funny looking guy. He talks funny and
still does a great Sinatra.
He did a great Sinatra. There were some great bits on the old Saturday Night Lives. There, I used to really enjoy that show back.
Didn't he kind of get himself in trouble at the Grammys for saying something about Stevie Wonder? They were having audio issues. Like, Stevie, can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah, in the back of my head, I think he was trying to get back into publicity again or something. Maybe. I don't know.
It was him and Eddie Murphy, and Murphy's star just took off.
Nuts, yeah.
And it was like,
On this day, 1994, the O.J. Simpson car chase. 95 million Americans watched the 8-hour police chase of O.J. in that white Bronco, driven by A.J. Cowlings. Arrived at his home in Brentwood. He didn't want to get out. He was threatening suicide. He had a gun sitting in the back seat. They were talking to A.J. on the phone. I mean, what a crock. And of course, he did nothing wrong. It was just he was so upset by the death of his friend and his ex-wife that he just wanted to drive around. He didn't do anything wrong or anything. And thank God the jury found him in it because he was railroaded by the white man. It was really time for the black people to get one for their side, wasn't it? Really, people. I mean, let's be honest here. It was really time for the black man to get some kind of freedom here for all these white.
It's all evened out since then.
Well, sure. In fact, you got the George Floyd. They burned down America. You got that whole thing there. 322. Kim, repeat and flounder. Here's the number: 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We love our phone calls. Don't be afraid. Everything's going to be fine. Oh, by the way, speaking of phones, I told you they're calling it the Kimmer Code. They're now putting a warning on cell phones about yesterday's cigarettes, thanks to the Kimmer. It's an incredible tribute to me. Frankly, I don't want to talk about myself in it, but social media warning: yesterday's cigarettes, baby. Today's cell phone. Here we go. Okay, now, Flounder, Flounder found the ad for the President White Trash campaign. And again, the campaign of the Democrat Party to stay in office is not to say, boy, we have done so much, you can't let us go now. We look how much we've done for America. Let's show all our accomplishments. They can list their accomplishments. Or they're saying Donald Trump is a dictator and a convicted felon. Well, this is the ad called Character Matters, which just proves that they were out to get him for the one cause to use in a political campaign. Flounder, if you would, sir.
In the courtroom, we see Donald Trump for who he is. He's been convicted of 34 felonies, found liable for sexual assault, and he committed financial fraud. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been working, lowering health care costs, and making big corporations pay their fair share.
Oh, really?
This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this.
Fighting to kill your family and its bank account.
But notice the two things they say: fighting to lower pharmacy costs. Well, okay, that's nice, but it's not exactly the one thing you hinge your entire re-election campaign on. You're trying to make pills a little less expensive. Or, I mean, my God,
he was the one that raised the insulin prices the first week.
It's unbelievable. I mean, but that's it. It's like saying we're going to make the mail better than ever, boy. That's my campaign. I mean, jeez. Yes, we should make the mail better, but that's your. Oh, I mean, Lord. Let's see. Trump approaches the first debate as a convicted felon. He'll do anything to harm and more power and vengeance for Donald Trump. That's why he was convicted. That's why he encouraged a violent mob to storm the Capitol, why its entire campaign's an exercise in revenge and retribution, because that man, the Biden campaign says, is blind. Trump is blind to the people the president should be serving and will do absolutely anything for his own personal gain and for his own power. Good grief. And Trump, of course, says, well, the new ad proves once again the sham trial was always meant to be election interference. Americans are seeing through it. President Trump continues crushing Biden in the polls, double digits. Crooked Joe's down 20 points with black voters in Pennsylvania. He had to be let off stage by Obama in a room full of Hollywood elites. And in fact, let's get to that part now. This is really freaking fun. I assume you've seen the video. If you haven't, please Google it or something. It's on every TV screen and every news thing. And I assume the mainstream media had to cover it, right? They must have had to cover it. Do you know if NBC...
Jimmy Kimmel, the propagandist, hosting it.
Yeah, he was. That was right after a conversation with him where this happened. So,
okay,
yeah.
To show you how big this is, The New York Post headline is an article from Piers Morgan, Killing Dim Softly, the Obama-Biden arm grab, not just a senior moment. It's when everyone realizes the president's not fit for office.
Yep, and to me, I think this may well be the final peg in their plan to get rid of him one way or the other. And it may be, maybe they're hoping that something happens in the debate to say, well, okay, we're going to have to change plans here. But and that's only 10 days away. Oh, man, it's great. Anyway, so it was Biden and his predecessor, 45-minute interview, Jimmy Kimmel at the Peacock Theater. This, of course, with Julia Roberts and George Clooney, Barbara Streisand. They were caught on camera. Biden appeared dazed or confused where he was. And this is unbelievable. The video actually shows Barack Hussein Puttitat grabbing him by the wrist and slowly pulling him away and then putting his arm around him like, it's okay, you're going to be fine. So over here, just right around the curtain, we're almost in and we're out of view. Okay. Oh, all right, here. Would you like a little something? Oh, my God. I mean, how is it possible that Barack Hussein Puttitat didn't know how that would look to anybody watching and all those who would be reacting to it? Clearly, he must have known you can't just grab him and lead him off the stage after they just did that at the G7 summit. I mean, holy criminy. Well, I mean, it's obvious. So I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. Therefore, we announced today the president will not be able. I mean, this is unbelievable. Even, I mean, how are they going to? Well, I'll tell you how they're doing it. The White House is tearing into the Post. Biden appeared to freeze up, had to be led off stage by Puttitat. And let's see, there's a story. The Post published a story called "Biden the Meanderer in Chief." Let's see, Bates, this guy Bates. Who's this guy? Bates, somebody with the. Let's see. The guy wrote the damn thing. He says he denounced conservative. The White House people denouncing conservative outlets for pushing a similar narrative as the race between heats up. Fresh off being fact checked by at least 6 mainstream outlets for lying about POTUS with cheap fakes, Rupert Murdoch's sad little super PAC, the New York Post, is back to disrespecting its readers and itself once again. Their ethical standards could deal with a little unfreezing. He compared the tabloid's headline of the meanderer in chief to those of the Daily Mail and the Russian state agency TASS, which use the same kind of freezing language in covering the incident. This guy for the White House wrote they all got the same cheap fake memo. By pretending the president taking in an applauding crowd for a few seconds is somehow wrong, all they're really admitting is, once again, is that they can't take on the leadership that's fueling the strongest economic growth in the world and bringing violent crime to a 50-year low. Oh my God. He was just taking in the applauding crowd, ladies and gentlemen, and the economy's so good and the crime's down 50 years, best it's ever been. Holy criminy. And by the way, TASS, the world covered that incident. Everybody covered it. I don't know if NBC, CBS, and ABC covered it, MSNBC and CNN. I assume they had to react to it, but it's everywhere all over the world they're talking about this.
The Post subheadline is, there's not a snowball's chance of him finishing another 40.
I mean, seriously. Oh, my God. Anyway. Dr. Jill, the cuckold queen, the enabler in chief, is trying to save everything. Also, the MSNBC people. No, nothing to see here. I've got a billion things coming up here. 3:30, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Happy Monday. Join us, 404-741-1230 or something. I don't know.
It's time for your Georgia headlines presented by RBM of Atlanta, your Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
The Marietta woman was found dead in her apartment after coworkers went to check on her when she didn't show up for work. Coworkers say they found Samantha Woolery's lifeless body on the floor of her unlocked apartment. Police report that the 42-year-old's body had visible cuts, and they believe she was killed by someone she knew overnight. The cause of Woolery's death, though, has not yet been determined. Cobb County County police have confirmed that one person
There's a
died
point
after
at
a
the end
police chase that ended with a car crashing near Frey Road and Abington Walk overnight. One person inside the suspect's car died in the chase. Police have not released the details of what led to the chase and are continuing to investigate the incident. Scott Rhino, XTRA 106.3.
For more on Georgia politics and the latest breaking news, follow XTRA 106.3 on social media or download the XTRA 106.3 app.
A musician with technical knowledge can play all the right notes, but one who cares enough to play from the heart gives music soul. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking, because when you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Start feeling unstoppable. Visit Truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Have you considered securing your family's future, protecting your hard-earned assets, navigating complex legal matters with ease? Nelson Elder Care Law is here to guide and empower you and your loved ones. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust and expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid crisis solutions, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, Nelson Elder Care Law protects what matters most to you. Imagine a team dedicated to safeguarding your legacy every step of the way. Our flat fees ensure transparency, and our customized plans prioritize your family's specific needs. Are you worried about protecting your family and your legacy after you're gone? Let us help you ensure you're absolutely protected from whatever curveballs life may throw your way. Schedule a complimentary legacy planning meeting with our legal team in Marietta or Woodstock today. Contact us at 678-250-9355 or visit at nelsoneldercarelaw.com.
Looking for bold discussions on vital issues? Tune in to The Janelle King Show every Saturday at 3 p.m. with an encore episode every Sunday at 9 a.m. right here on XTRA 106.3, where we dive into kitchen table topics that are essential for a strong republic. Don't miss an episode, but if you do, it's all good, because we have new podcasts that drop every Tuesday on the Podcast Park or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't miss out on these thought-provoking conversations.
Retired or retiring soon? How much money do you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1, find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2, have a plan to get there. Step 3, make sure that plan can take advantage of market gains but protect you from market losses. Discover how to do all three with a free consultation at 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results.
Oh, crap. My stinking phone is screwing up on you bastard.
Beat up,
look out. There we go. 334. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete and Flounder and the Traveling Wilburys. Yeah, baby. Look out.
Reputations changeable.
The Wilburys' Traveling Style went on to number 1 in the British album chart on this day in 2007 with Collection. The lineup of the Wilburys was George Harrison, Nelson Wilbury, Jeff Lynne, Otis Wilbury, Roy Orbison, Lefty Wilbury, Tom Petty, Charlie T. Wilbury Jr., and Bob Dylan, Lucky Wilbury. Holy smokes. I honestly had no idea. Really, it's 2007, so I had no idea. I've never known the Traveling Wilburys or anything, and it's really a shame that I'm so stupid. And by the way, speaking of that concert, I'm going to talk about the concert coming up Friday. And holy smokes, is this going to be a freaking nightmare? But it may be good for me because I live there and not trying to get there. And again, it's going to be brutal. Birthdays includes, I'm killing myself. I have a picture of me, a photograph taken in our studio back in the mid-'90s with me interviewing the guy who played Willie Loman on the Mission Impossible. Peter Lupus. Remember Peter Lupus on the TV show Mission Impossible? The big, strong guy? Well, he was, years after that was gone, he was making the rounds representing a company that was selling some sort of nutritional, what the hell was it? A vitamin tube or something, what you would suck on during the day. It was like a swatter pen, or what do you call it, a vaping pen or something. And it was like vitamins, and you would just suck a couple of drops of it or something during the day to make you feel better or something. That's what he was pushing on a thing. And he came into the studio to do an interview, and we talked for a while, and then I have a picture of me deflexing my muscles and of him feeling my biceps. Peter Lupus, the guy from Mission Impossible, and I can't find it. It's in my stuff with all my stuff, and I looked this morning and looked, and I can't find it, but it's there somewhere. I've got to clean out all my crap.
You were this close again to the facts. You were this close.
I know. Peter Lupus, 92 years old. What's the matter?
What was the name of his character on Mission Impossible?
I know I got this wrong. I think I said the guy from Hey Stella. Willie Loman?
No. Willie Loman's from Death of a Salesman.
Death of a Salesman, that's yeah.
His name was
Arthur
Willie
Miller.
Armitage.
No, it was not.
It says right, Willie Armitage was his name on the show.
I don't think that's
not
correct.
Willie Loman. That was Death of a Salesman.
I knew it. That's wrong as soon as I said it. And notice I thought I was the one with Stella.
Oh, you kept going.
Streetcar named Desire, and even got that wrong.
you sold that 110%.
Yeah, but I'm so close.
Moving.
I mean, it sounded like I knew what the hell I was talking about.
It did.
It's not Willie Armitage. I swear to God, it's something Willie something. It's not Willie Armitage. I just remember. Anyway, right Peter Lupus is 92, and I'm killing myself because I can't find that picture. I mean, he was so nice about it. Anyway, and our history list. 2008. The Mystery of the Severed Feet. In Vancouver, another severed foot still wearing a shoe washed up on shore. That was number 5 on this day in 2008. The first 2 washed up the previous August, 2 more a month before. All told, in that area, 10 severed feet, still mostly wearing shoes, appeared on the beaches. There were several theories, maybe from plane crash victims, from in the ocean stuff, tsunami victims, even mob hits. And nobody can figure it out.
So it
Severed feet in shoes at Vancouver beaches.
Sounds like there's a footprint of clues.
Oh, hey. Well, step lightly, my friend, because you're... Oh, sorry. Anyway, what a thing. All right, hey, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Even the Babylon Bee, and again, the world is talking about President Washer daughter being led by the hand by Barack Hussein Putty-Tat off the stage. You know they had to have known how that's going to look. They must have been begging for this kind of reaction so that they can what? How is this beneficial? The only thing I can think of is that it's going to allow them to therefore say, okay, the man's not capable. But then what? What are you going to do about Carmela? Our official side piece, a shiftless and lazy vice president, you can't run her on the ticket. She's going to have to agree to step aside, which is one of the scheme plans we'll talk about later. Anyway, even the Babylon Bee says, and they're showing the picture of Putty-Tat leading away, Joe Washer daughter. It says, Obama panics as his Biden remote control loses connection. What am I going to do? Get this damn thing fixed. Come on, man. He's frozen out there like a mannequin again. Those maintenance techs are going to get a piece of my mind. Obama was frantically smacking the remote control with his hand. He was obviously frustrated. If something happens a lot. Biden stopped in his tracks, showed no signs of coming back to life. Obama was just out there desperately trying to get that damn control thing to work properly. Seriously. What an embarrassment. How could anybody be proud of this man? Not only that he's a criminal, I mean, he's a cheat and a liar and a criminal and an anti-American empty suit.
Career politician.
Led around. Yeah, exactly. It's just absolutely horrible. And of course,
it says a lot about people who look up and revere a career politician as if they've done something in their life.
Yeah. I remember I was like, well, what's the Democrats do? Remember Tip O'Neill? Man, Tip O'Neill, all politics is local. He was a hero Democrat. He never did anything but ran. He was a lifelong politician. LBJ. I mean, all these guys. Anyway, on to Dr. Jill, the doctor, the cuckold queen. She said, Joe and the other guy are essentially the same age, so let's not be fooled. Biden is a healthy, wise, 81-year-old ready to work every day to make our future better. Oh, my God.
Let's roll.
Yeah, and the MSNBC host, Alicia Menendez, says they had a program with Michael Steele praising Joe Biden, claiming he had 2 strong weeks because of his performance at the G7 summit. They're calling what he did being led away by the Italian prime minister and not noticing the parachuting guys. They're calling that a remarkable week because of his fantastic performance. I said this was a great week for the president. He's having these back-to-back weeks, both the national stage, domestically, the economy. The numbers are strong coming out on inflation. It's amazing because you think about the fact the president's playing chess and the former president, at best, is playing hungry hippos. She said Menendez is the daughter of the Democratic Senator Bob Menendez, the crook and the cheat. That's his daughter. And another advisor to Biden says, well, maybe Uno, maybe not hungry, maybe Uno. I'll give him one Uno. If he's playing Uno, somebody keeps telling him to draw number 4. I don't even know what that means. The idea we had to wait all those months just to get the money for Iraq, I mean, it's just not who we are. It's not who America is, Biden said. He was talking when he was one of his trips ended with his speech at the American Cemetery in France. He referred to the wrong country, speaking about the U.S. $225 million to Ukraine, and he said, we got to get this money to Iraq. Again, everywhere he goes, he does something stupid. And not only stupid, just incoherent. I mean, that's what bothers me, is that he just doesn't get it. He still thinks he's like a sweet old man, kind of, petting kids on the head and being a nice old grandpa or something.
Wasn't it Robert Gates, who's been in like every major job in the federal government, said
Defense
that
Secretary.
Basically, look at his record. Biden has been wrong on every major international issue since the 70s.
Yeah, that's right. Even Puttigat said, never underestimate the idea that Joe Biden can blank things up. I mean, he said, and by the way, there was maybe talk about this a little bit later, that one of these so-called plans to get rid of him indicates pretty clearly that Joe Biden hates Puttigat, because remember, Puttigat supported Hillary over Joe, and Puttigat told Joe not to run.
Not only that, Michelle isn't big fans of the Biden family.
They hate, the girls hate each other.
Big Mike.
Oh, Big Mike hates Jill, Dr. Jill, and the cuckold queen hates Big Mike. No question about it. Oh, God.
What's the common denominator here with Michelle Obama?
Yeah, well, hard to believe. Flounder, let's do that, the sheriff business in Maryland. Should we do this? This was an incredible story. And again, the story's a little bit old, but if you haven't heard the soundbite, and again, speaking of the president and his administration and his campaign, all they do is hate against Donald Trump. But here are the facts. In Maryland, a sheriff went to the microphone to complain about another murder in Hartford County, Maryland, which is not exactly on the border with Mexico. And here's what he said about the scumbag suspect, a 23-year-old Victor Antonio Martinez Hernandez, arrested for murder, and this is not his first crime.
In the courtroom, we see Donald Trump for who he is. He's been...
Oops, Daisy, that was the ad. We'll get to that later. Here's the sheriff.
Rachel was not his first victim, and it's my understanding that this suspect, this monster, fled to the United States illegally after committing the brutal murder of a young woman in El Salvador a month early in January of 2023. Once in our country, and likely emboldened by his anonymity, he brutally attacked a 9-year-old girl and her mother during a home invasion in March of 2023 in Los Angeles. And as everyone I believe is aware, that was our first DNA match linking Rachel's case to the Los Angeles case. It has been a fear of mine that once we identified this suspect, the result would be exactly this. And I want to now direct these comments to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and to every member in both chambers of Congress. We are 1,800 miles away here in Hartford County. We are 1,800 miles away from the southern border, and the American citizens are not safe because of failed immigration policies. This is the second time in just 2 years that an innocent Hartford County woman has lost her life to a criminal in our country illegally. Let me repeat that. 1,800 miles from the southern border, and this is the second woman in our county to be killed by an illegal alien. Suspects, in both cases, they are suspects from El Salvador with ties to criminal gangs. Should not be happening. Victor Hernandez did not come here to make a better life for himself or for his family. He came here to escape the crime he committed in El Salvador. He came here and murdered Rachel, and God willing, no one else. But that should have never been allowed to happen.
What a point. He did not come here to make a better life for himself and his family. I mean, what more? I mean, this is a guy in Maryland, a sheriff in Maryland. With a one-man crime wave finally getting caught. And by the way, wait to hear what the Flounder just got this sound. We have the sound of the podium princess, Rashim. She's black, she's gay, she's a girl coming up. Defending, attacking the attacking the non-mainstream media for what President Stupid has been doing the last several months. Coming up next, Kira, Pete, and Flounder, 346, 106.3. Here we are.
If you love news and talk, you have to connect with the biggest personalities in the South at thepodcastpark.com. It's more original Atlanta content from Atlanta's hometown talk crew. From legal news to sports and politics, and even archives of interviews from years past. Find the podcast that you love and subscribe everywhere you get podcasts.
Get ready. Diamonds Direct will forever change the way you shop for jewelry. With over 80 years experience in direct sourcing, Diamonds Direct is finally opening in Atlanta. Customers across the Southeast know Diamonds Direct for their unbeatable selection and prices, but return again and again because of their unparalleled customer experience. The experts at Diamonds Direct are your advocate in the dizzying world of diamonds, ensuring you are nothing shy of confident in your purchase. How do they do it? With the best selection, the best quality, and the best price. In fact, Diamonds Direct guarantees they won't just meet any local price, they'll beat it. So if you can dream it, Diamonds Direct can deliver it. Build your own engagement ring, tap into their custom design studio, or choose from hundreds of ready-to-wear styles. No other jeweler can maximize your budget like Diamonds Direct. Diamonds Direct, coming soon to Buckhead and ready to amaze Atlanta with the best selection, the best quality, the best price, and the best people guaranteed.
What is spacious, has a versatile cabin, offers an inclusive voice assistant, and luxurious accommodations for up to 7? Meet the 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLE 350 4MATIC SUV. The advanced GLE SUV leaps further ahead with turbo hybrid power, fresh styling, and even more innovative technology. Experience the 2024 GLE 350 4MATIC SUV. Lease one today for just $839 per month for 36 months with $63.53 due at signing, exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models, and visit today to see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta Sandy Springs through July 1st, 2024. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon Law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
It's the unsung hero of your home, your garage door. You never think about it. You just hit the button and it opens until it doesn't. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. So you're ready for a new garage door. At All Four Seasons, we offer fast service, affordable prices, and a huge selection of styles, colors, and custom features. Improve your curb appeal, lower your energy bill, secure your home, and increase your property value. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
Marketing is everywhere. From the billboards on the highways to the notifications on your phone, we are constantly bombarded with people trying to sell us stuff. What makes good marketing? Are you doing enough in your life personally and professionally to market yourself? You have questions, and the Marketing Madmen have answers. Tune in every Saturday, now at 4 p.m., right here on XTRA 106.3 to get practical marketing advice from expert guests who are shaping and reshaping the business world. They say marketing is a madman's game. Join the Marketing Madmen every Saturday at 4 p.m. to find out why.
MyPillow no longer has the support of the big box stores or shopping channels. Now they found themselves a part of the cancel culture. Because of this and the change in retailers, they want to pass the savings directly on to you. So they're having a $25 extravaganza sale. With the help of its dedicated employees, MyPillow now has hundreds of products, and some of them you probably don't even know about. To get familiar with all their other products, they're having a $25 extravaganza with the promo code BECK. 2-pack multi-use MyPillows, just $25. MyPillow sandals, $25. The 6-pack towel set is, you guessed it, $25. And for the first time ever, the premium MyPillows with all new Giza fabric, any size or loft level, $25. Just go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special square for these $25 deals. Plus, free shipping on orders over $75. Enter the promo code BECK or call 800-966-3117 for this amazing offer that will not last long. MyPillow no longer has the support of the big box stores or shopping channels. Now they found themselves a part of the cancel culture. Because of this and the change in retailers, they want to pass the savings directly on to you. So they're having a $25 extravaganza sale. With the help of its dedicated employees, MyPillow now has hundreds of products, and some of them you probably don't even know about. To get familiar with all their other products, they're having a $25 extravaganza with the promo code BECK. 2-pack multi-use MyPillows, just $25. MyPillow sandals, $25. The 6-pack towel set is, you guessed it, $25. And for the first time ever, the premium MyPillows with all new Giza fabric, any size or loft level, $25. Just go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special square for these $25 deals. Plus, free shipping on orders over $75. Enter the promo code BECK or call 800-966-3117 for this amazing offer that will not last long.
Yeah, turn it up to 11. Just me when it's over 11, you know. It's louder than, 10, or actually us. Motley Crue. 1987, this day, Florida real estate agent Victoria Hallman sued Motley Crue and their concert promoter because she and her daughter went to the concert and sat in the front row less than 10 feet from the speakers. And so Victoria Hallman says she suffered hearing loss because it was so freaking loud. The case was settled. She sued. The case was settled out of court with the band's insurance company paying her $30,000. So, seriously, is there anybody who doesn't know if you sit in the front row next to the 8 feet from the speakers, it's going to be loud? Well, whatever. I got concert update is coming up this Friday. Damaris coming up Friday night too. It's going to be really interesting. Our birthday list includes John. I think it's pronounced Grise or Grizz, but it's spelled Grease. John Grease is 67. You don't know the name or perhaps anything until I mention he played Uncle Rico in Napoleon Dynamite. The guy who showed up with a van who was a former quarterback football star. Could have made the pros. Anyway, John Grease, Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite, is 67 years old today. And our history list includes, on this day, 2012, he asked whether we can all just get along. He became the face and name of the enormous L.A. police scandal, and now he was dead. 2012, on this day, Rodney King was found at the bottom of a pool by his fiancée. No foul play was proven, but the killer was probably either Nancy Pelosi or suspected child molester Chuck Schumer. Again, the authorities could not prove anything. Again, to be honest, to be fair, we can't prove anything. 354. Wait to hear what the Podium Princess has got to say. Oh, God, first Flounders, Funnies, Nuckies, Hoagies. What do you got there, sir?
I try to be a good dad. I feel like I make more of an effort than my father. My dad's generation, they didn't have to do anything. My dad never went to a parent-teacher conference. My dad didn't even know I went to school. My father couldn't be bothered to turn his head if something was happening behind him. What the hell's going on back there? I don't know if he couldn't turn his head or if it wasn't worth the effort. What the hell's going on back there? We're celebrating my birthday.
Who is this?
Keep it down. I'm watching Ironsides. Happy birthday to you.
Jim Gaffigan right
Jim
there.
Gaffigan. He's the Hot Pockets. I think that's a Hot Pockets guy, if I'm not mistaken. They're at 3:55. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's your Monday so far? Braves back in town. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. I'm going to talk a little later about the U.S. Open. I was able to watch part of that, and I taped part of it and I watched it in a playback last night. Holy cow. If you're a golfer, I mean, if you didn't see it, just a couple of quick things about it, and Pete will be doing Holy Crap at Sports a little after 5. Back to a quick newsy thing. After President Stupid Face gets led off by the wrist by Barack Hussein Putty Tat at that fundraising gala with George Clooney and little Marietta Princess, what's her name? The toothy little mouth girl, Julianne Roberts. Julia Roberts, somebody Roberts. Well, now the podium princess, Rajin little Goldilocks, little rainbow Raggedy Ann, Jiangxing says, all that stuff you're hearing about Joe Biden doesn't know where is and stuff, Flounder says that's just deep fake. That's not.
It tells you everything that we need to know about how desperate Republicans are here. And instead of talking about the president's performance in office, and what I mean by that is his legislative wins, what he's been able to do for the American people across the country, we're seeing these deep fakes.
Which ones are those?
These manipulated videos. And these, again, done in bad faith.
Manipulated videos? Manipulated? Really?
Who did it?
So
because everybody's showing that video.
Yeah, that's right. So who manipulated it and in bad faith? What are you talking about? It happened. It's real. And now, I mean, my
Did
God.
any of the reporters stand up and say, what are you talking about? What, give us proof it's a deep fake?
No. Well, no. Unless it went on. I mean, no.
Oh, they got away with the Hunter Biden laptop being disinformation from Russia for 4 years, and now they're going to try and just say this is all lies.
Yeah. Jim Jordan said, the Biden presidency is a complete failure. I need to hear back from you. Which of the Biden's failures make you most want to support President Trump? Take the survey now. Another guy, deep fakes. They're actual videos of Biden provided by the news networks of real places and events he's going to. Huh? I don't think she knows what deep fakes means. And one guy says, to be fair, she doesn't know what most things mean. all they can do is lie to cover up for Biden. What a show. The only people buying what they're selling are paid propagandists. Excuse me. In private, this is no and true. In private, Biden runs marathons. He learns new languages and he can actually fly. It's only in public that he seems like a degrading nursing home patient. You can't make this stuff up. Good Lord. Their side has the same videos, but now they're fakes. They told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command, unquote, George Orwell, 1984. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. Their final, most essential command. God, before you start to think again, these guys are like, oh, it's just unbelievable. They think we're idiots. The deep fake president. I mean, oh my God.
The best meme is George Orwell. He says, did I nail it or what?
Seriously. Big Brother. And we saw the deep fake. Who faked it? I mean, this is really, that's how much they disrespect us.
Oh, they're going to put us in camps.
Oh, and by the way, even Doonesbury had made a joke that turned around to show that's exactly what they're saying. They really mean it, too. They're not making it up. Anyways, coming at 4 o'clock, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. How's it going? Look out.
W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
The shooter daughter's dead, but Michigan wants answers. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. After the mass shooting in a splash pad near Detroit on Saturday, sheriff's officials say 2 of the 9 people shot remain in critical condition, including an 8-year-old boy. The shooter was a 42-year-old man in an attack that so far appears to be random.
The gunman later killed himself at his home with few details about a motive.
Clearly, it appears to me, as a layperson, he's had some mental health things going on. And at this point, we still have no information that was brought to anyone's attention.
We're told a handgun used in the shootings was legally purchased. The investigation ongoing, as well as the targeting of so-called fake fundraising accounts that have been set up since the shooting.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. In Texas, the search for a suspect continues after someone opened fire when a fight broke out between 2 groups at a Juneteenth celebration, leaving 2 people dead, others hurt. White House spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre says the weekend shootings are tragic and the president has been tracking them.
Our team is in contact with state and local officials. As the president has said, this is not normal and Congress must act.
Urging steps to address gun violence. The Russian espionage trial of Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich is now set for next week, June 26th.
It'll take place in the Russian city where he was arrested, Yekaterinburg. And as is usual with espionage allegations, the case will be heard behind closed doors. The 32-year-old was detained in March last year, suspected of gathering intelligence about a military facility for the CIA. The Wall Street Journal has called the case a sham. Gershkovich denies being a spy.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The U.S. considers him wrongfully detained. The State Department says it's concerned about the trial being held behind closed doors. Wall Street rallies, the Dow up 189 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
Well, the weather's warming up and summer's just around the corner. Everyone has a favorite outdoor activity: golf, bike riding, bird watching, long walks. Ask 100 people, you'll get 100 answers. But if everyday aches and pains are keeping you on the sidelines, I have one answer: Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free daily supplement that helps your body fight pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients. It doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. Wherever you're hurting, back, neck, joints, or muscles, in 3 weeks or less, you'll start to feel the difference all day, every day. So whatever you like to do, swimming, pickleball, hanging out in the garden, Relief Factor can help you feel good again and let you enjoy all your favorite outdoor activities all summer long. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF and save on your first order. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor.
Good guys. Right here. There we go. You can tell this is 70s music. A lot of horns. They did a lot of horns in 70s rock and roll. 1978, Andy Gibb became the first solo artist in the history of U.S. charts to have his first 3 releases reach number 1. Shadow Dancing hit the top of the chart, spent 7 weeks here, became the best-selling single in 1978. Andy Gibb. Well, what were the other 2? I should have said that here. I should look that up. Andy Gibb did 3 in a row. His first 3 songs, Shadow Dancing. What were the other ones? Famous song, I can't remember off the top of my head. I should have known that, and I can't remember.
Sit tight.
Okay, no problem. Flounder will come to the rescue here. Our birthday list includes, golly, Kimmer, I wish we had you running for office. Newt Gingrich, 81 years old today, former Speaker of the House. Golly, Kimmer. Yeah, there's a few things here and there about old Newt, but hey, whatever. You know, he's still around. You see him on Fox once in a while. He pops up.
Yeah, when you see him, thank him for NAFTA. Yeah,
appreciate it. And also voting no on the Clinton impeachment, too. That was a real big help there, too. Yeah. But again, you know, he was able, you know, the poor guy, he had to sacrifice not going into the military so that he could be the historian professor. So, I mean, again, once again, you know, a lot of people don't make that kind of sacrifice to avoid Vietnam. Instead of, you know, doing what he wanted to do, he said, well, somebody's got to teach these classes. So, you know, I mean, let's, you know, that's good. That's fine by me. And let's see on this. I got like a phone thing here too. Hold on, I got double thing. I see. I have one thing I wrote down, and then I have another thing I have to get on my phone. Oh, now don't be doing that. Here we go. All right, hold on. Here we go. On this day in 1942, World War II now. The military put out a magazine for the troops called Yanks. In a comic strip by Dave Berger, the term G.I. Joe was used for the first time. Now, for everything I have in my pocket, what does G.I. Joe, or what did it stand for?
General Instructor. General Infantry.
Not bad. Flounder, any idea what GI's? Oh, he's looking up at that. Don't bother Flounder. He's working for the kid.
Don't bother Flounder.
GI, actually, there's two things.
Government issue.
Oh, he found the thing. Actually, you bastard. There's actually two things. The first one actually meant government-issued equipment was stamped GI, meant that it was made from galvanized iron. That's what the GI stood for first. And then, of course, became the action figure, and Flounder's right. Then it became government issue. A descriptive term for supplies issued by the government, including soldiers. And enlisting, so in the Marines, so if you wanted to buy something, it would be shoes, issue 1, count. So, I mean, it was, this real militaristic kind of, even just listing supplies and stuff. Anyway, so that's where the GI thing came from. Yada-da-da. Okie dokie. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Did we ever find out Andy Gibbs' other songs? You keep it dancing.
Yes, let's see. They were...
The first three in a row were number 1.
I just deleted the damn thing.
Oh, sorry. I thought maybe you still had it there. Well, we'll come back. We'll get back to it. 407, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Here's the number. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. And the Kimmer code is going to be stamped on your phones from now on, apparently. It's a special tribute to the Kimmer for mentioning about today's cell phones or yesterday's cigarettes. And now the Surgeon General wants a cigarette-style tobacco warning for social media platforms. They're calling it the Kimmer Code. The Surgeon General is Vivek Murthy, calling on Congress today to require a tobacco-style warning for visitors to social media. It would alert users to the potential mental health terms and harms of the websites and apps. Thanks to the Kimmer, the Surgeon General's warning label requires congressional action, which regularly reminds parents and adolescents social media has not been proven safe. Social media has not been proven safe. It was in 1965, the previous year's landmark report from the Surgeon General linked cigarette smoking to lung cancer and heart disease, and they mandated unprecedented warning labels on packs of cigarettes. And there you go.
All right, so Andy Gibbs had I Just Want to Be Your Everything.
Oh, I remember that one, yeah.
And then Love is Thicker Than Water and Shadow Dancing.
I don't remember Love is Thicker Than Water. Anyway, he had 3 in a row, and no one's ever done that, which is remarkable and amazing, because I didn't think it was that big. Anyway, whatever.
What's amazing is we spent this much time talking
about Andy Gibbs. Well, again, I start something and I wanted to finish it off.
You know what's the amazing thing of him?
Yeah.
He dated Victoria Principal. That's the most amazing thing about him. Oh, my God.
Well, now, Troy. Now, I know you guys are both all, she's like your top 2 or 3 in the world or something. That's not for me. Not for me. Not for me. Let's see. Oh, by the way, speaking of celebrities and stuff, and I want to talk about the U.S. Open here a little bit too, but we have more political stuff and the Father's Day thing and Hillary Rodham and the Bible story and George Strait. We'll talk about George Strait setting a record here too, speaking of entertainers. The concert this Friday night, the concert at Ameris Amphitheater, which is about 200 yards from where I live. The Friday night concert is Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, Robert Plant, and Alison Krauss. Okay, Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan. And I just looked up the record here for the average ticket's like $300 to $400. They're going to get thousands for some of them. They hold 12,000 people at the amphitheater. Here's the deal. The amphitheater, it even announces the show this Friday night. The show runs with Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan, runs from 5:30 to 11:30. Actually, on the announcement of the event, starting at 5:30. Now, here's my question. Does that mean people who are going to pay, $400 or $500 or $3,000 for a ticket, they're not going to just meander in sometime between 5:30 and 11, are they? I mean, wouldn't you get there for the beginning?
Well, they got to go to the Piccadilly early dinner, and then.
But sure. Now I'm trying to figure out what to do about going home. I mean, and here's the other thing.
Traffic is going to suck.
This is going to be, but it's even worse. Listen to this. One of the main cross streets within 500 feet of all the parking for Ameris Amphitheater, one of the main cross streets is Maxwell Road. Guess what? As of today, Maxwell Road is closed. They're doing whatever they're doing, construction or whatever they're doing. Maxwell Road is closed. It's the major cross street right in front of all the parking at the Ameris Amphitheater.
Flounder, why have we not got the Alpharetta Traffic Report sponsored by now? I don't know.
I mean, seriously, how are they going to work that out? I mean, if you're planning to go to oh, my God.
I don't care, Flounder. Do you care?
Obviously, they're going to have to use Embry Road.
Oh, I mean,
right?
I don't know what they're going to do. Encore Parkway, but that connects West Side. I mean, it's either going
to have to be. They're either going to have to go through West Side, Encore or Embry Road, because you can get through there through the back of Embry Road.
But I mean, I don't know how they're going to block off all. Anyway, whatever. I'm looking forward to it. But again, now my thing, and maybe I'll just go drive home. I leave here after 6. It takes me almost an hour to get home, going the back roads. But again, at 7 o'clock, they all should be there, right? Well, if you were going to a concert with Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan and it starts at 5:30, wouldn't you want to be there at 5:30 to see it? I mean, you wouldn't want to miss a couple hours, would you? I mean, who would be still stuck in traffic trying to park at 7 o'clock? I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just distracted myself with this whole thing here. 404-741-1230. 404-741-1230. Oh, a quick thing. We got more political stuff and stuff. We'll talk about that Bible thing here in a second, too. 411. But first, this was fairly bizarre. A woman, a riding woman I know, she and her family and her daughter, husband, and so forth, are horse people. And her name is Beth, just her first name. And she posted this on my Facebook page a little bit ago. She said, I found a saddle purse. A purse looks like a saddle. It's a beautiful looking thing at TJ Maxx. But it was locked up. This is Beth saying. It was locked up. I finally found a salesperson with a key, but they wouldn't let me touch it. And they took it to the cash register instead. After waiting in line, I paid for the purse and left the store, but the experience left me feeling dirty and frustrated with the tight security measures. Is this happening everywhere? Love the bag, hate the experience. TJ Maxx and Alpharetta, now they won't let you touch the merchandise. They take it to the front cashier and make you wait in line until you get there? Huh. And I replied to her, well, you know why it's happening, because the police are not, store employees are told don't do anything to stop shoplifters. Police don't do anything about shoplifters. No, prosecutors don't do anything about shoplifters. And you see the videos every 2 or 3 days where they swamp stores. It's mostly in California, particularly, but it's all over the place. I mean, this is what's going on with crime in America. And you just heard the Democrat Party just say the crime is down by 50%. Best crime rate in 50 years. That's what it was. Best crime statistics in 50 years, America.
Who's giving us statistics? The FBI?
Yeah, apparently. Well, I remember the last time they had the crime stats, they left out Chicago and New York or something. They left out murders in Chicago and New York. Not that would affect anything. Oh, my God.
If you took out the top 5 American Democrat-run cities, we would be like 200th in the world in gun shootings.
It wouldn't even be a thing. You wouldn't even notice us. Democrat-run cities. I mean, what's the bottom connector?
Democrats.
I mean, it's not hard to figure that out.
Someone pointed out the other day, why are we living like that? Why have we turned our cities over to Democrats and allowed them just to go into the gutter? Why are we allowing this? People, you go to Switzerland, their cities aren't like this.
Yeah, I know. Nobody is. Who is?
Well, England's becoming that way.
Well, they don't have any guns, and they're a little uppity and schnookity. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, it's just
ones that are left.
By the way, and speaking of their economy, the best economy ever. We just had that in their commercial. We'll play the commercial for you a little bit later on again today. 414. Kim Repeat and Flounder, the new Democrat ad. And again, they don't have anything to brag about. All they do is complain about Trump and say that he's a convicted felon, therefore he shouldn't be president. Well, they claim that the economy's better than ever. I have now in front of me on my phone a picture of the median home sales price. The median home sales price. Now, the median means the middle number. In other words, there are some houses that are really expensive, some are really cheap. Right in the middle is the median price. It's not the average price. It's the mid-late price of homes for sale. The mid-range price of homes for sale in America in 2019. Okay, when President Shower's daughter took over. The median price at the beginning of his current administration was, I'm sorry, at the end of Donald Trump. Put it that way. I'm being stupid here. The median home sales price at the end of Donald Trump, $225,000. The median home sales price now, $400,000. Keeping people from Gen Xers, Gen Zers can't afford a home.
Class. Destroying the middle class.
The middle class cannot afford a home. And the interest rates, I mean, who can afford a down payment? A $400,000 home, down payment's got to be, what, 30, 40, 50 grand? I mean,
usually you want to put down around 20%.
Yeah. So you're talking 40, 50, 60, $80,000, $100,000. First of all, where do they get it? Where does a 29-year-old guy and his wife get for $80,000 that they can lose, that they can give away?
And Atlanta's one of the top cities to have these corporations come in and buy up all the properties where you can't afford them, so they lease them to you or rent them to you so you never own anything.
Last week, there was that very story. I think Atlanta may be number one in the number of investors. I think by far, investors buying properties so they can rent them. And this is the beginning of Levittown. Remember, after World War II, the guy named Levitt built all those communities for rent. He built all those cheap houses for GIs coming home to rent, not to buy. And then he realized, oh my God, this is working. They do like this. And then he became the first subdivisions. But that was the plan, was to get people who can't afford to buy, but will give them a place to live. And then they're trapped. Anyway, here we go. 416, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on here. Happy Monday. Stay live.
Time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast's premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Here's something to think about. Who can use force to deprive you of your life, your property, or your liberty? The government. That's a pretty large hammer to be hanging over your head, but there's a safety valve. It's that letter that arrives in the mail in your post office summoning you for jury duty. Because in America, the government cannot deprive you of life, liberty, or property unless a jury of your peers agrees. And that makes it a little bit problematic when your peers do everything in the world they can to avoid sitting on a jury. Please don't do that. It's the highest level of citizenship, sitting on a jury to prevent the government from unjustly depriving somebody of their life, liberty, or property, or to approve that action if the case warrants. Sadly, for many years in the Atlanta area, all you had to do to get out of jury duty is somehow let them know that you listened to me on the radio. Attorneys didn't like me on the jury. I hope not too many of you used that to get out of this important part of civic service. Now, one more secret to tell you about Georgia, and it's unique, and judges hate it when some busybody like me comes along and tells you, under the Georgia Constitution, regardless of what the judge tells you in jury instructions, you have the right to determine not only the facts of the case, but the law. Yeah, the judge will tell you that you were there to determine the facts. The Georgia Constitution says you're there to determine the law as well. In simple terms, that means if you don't think what the dude did should be illegal, then you can say he wasn't guilty. Jury nullification. You're pretty powerful sitting up there on that jury panel. Don't miss the opportunity. Neil Bortz, XTRA 106.3.
Hey, it's Tuck here with an important message as the weather heats up. Southern Exteriors is gearing up with unmatched quality and precision. For over 25 years, they've been delivering top-notch craftsmanship that you can rely on. And let me tell you, they're hotter than the campaign trail in July. Got a home exterior project that's got you feeling the heat? Don't sweat it. From roofing to siding, gutters to windows and doors. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co. Get a free consultation. Southern Exteriors, your home's best ally with any project.
The warm air, the beautiful weather, and the sounds of baseball. It's got you thinking about hitting the road. And no matter where your adventures take you, Subaru of Gwinnett has a vehicle to get you there safely and in style. Like the 2024 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance, more than the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4. Or the 2024 Subaru Forester, the SUV for all you love. It's the right size SUV for all the adventures ahead, with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. No matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey sandwich lovers, today's your lucky day. There's a whole new way to roll for lunch or dinner delight with Nucky's Hoagies in the Roswell Corners Shopping Center. Now open. Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell is family owned and operated by the Sub-Sisters, Stacy and Shannon, whose love language is food and Nucky's Hoagies, their passion. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagie, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, along with hunger-quenching sandwich combinations. Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner.
Hey, it's Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Ventrac. Not everyone has a need for a tractor, but for those of you who do, you need to check out Ventrac Tractors. Ventrac is the ultimate versatile compact tractor. Property managers and golf courses know that Ventrac protects the turf better than anything else. And all of our users benefit from the ability to mow in wet conditions, conquer steep slopes, heavy brush mowing, and much, much more. Georgia, get your Ventrac at Howard Brothers. The grass, and if you need a tractor, you've got lots of it, is always greener when you take care of it with Ventrac and Howard Brothers.
And now this dramatic pause. Now this dramatic
My bad.
Speaking of getting frozen in there, the Biden effect on Kimber, Pete, and Flounder.
Literally, I got a case of the Bidens.
Well, you're not alone there, my friend. I love this song. Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. You're the one that I want, baby. I'll play a little song here. Talk about this day in 1978. 9-week run at #1 in Britain.
You better shape up, 'cause I need a man. And my heart is set on you.
Cannot stand still with this song, man. Syncopated, baby.
To my heart, I must be true.
Must be true. Here we go.
You're the one that I
I love this stupid song. #1 for 9 weeks in Britain from the film Grease and the late Olivia Newton-John. What a shame. Our birthday list includes Thomas Hayden Church. He's 64. He played the guy on Divorce on HBO. He was Jack in Sideways with a little guy who went on to play in Billions, the DA.
Paul Giamatti?
Paul Giamatti. And also from the Howard Stern movie. It's whatever it was.
We're talking about Thomas here.
Jack Sideways.
Sandman.
Sandman. And to me, it says here, he'll always be Lowell on Wings. Yeah. That's where you got to start. Yeah, he's a very good actor. Very good. Thomas Hayden Church is 64. And on this day in history, in 1885, the French ship Strait arrives with a gift from King Louis something or other. The Statue of Liberty arrives in New York Harbor to mark the 100-year anniversary of the Declaration of Independence from Great Britain. Even the French wanted to rub it in to to those Britaroonies there. 424, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Our 4 o'clock hour sponsored by the Kimmer Safe House. Yes, Atlanta's Safe House, home of the Kimmer Safes. You need a safe if you don't even think so. Your Social Security card, your business, your medical records, unlike the Kimmer. They have a showroom in Ackworth, and you can learn more by going to check them out, atlantasafehouse.com. 424, how's it going? 404-741-1230. What's the matter?
I just noticed that we got a tropical depression somewhere out in the Atlantic, and it's heading right for Savannah.
Yeah, chances are it's going to hit parts of Georgia, and it's going to. They're thinking it could be a tropical storm. They're looking at it, so it's going to be. It's no matter what, it's going to have rain coming our way. Now, maybe not too much for North Georgia, but anytime it hits, coming up from that part of the and going into
it's going to be a week.
It could be a bad thing there. 424, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Once again, another no thank you for President Washer daughter. Another judge. This is unbelievable. I hate this when this happens. The headline here on my Fox News. I have my Fox News app on my my laptop pad, and it says six states halt Biden administration's Title IX rewrite after West Virginia so-and-so. And so I'm scrolling down, and it says the U.S. District Court in Kentucky Monday ordered the implementation of the Biden administration's new prediction halted after a West Virginia girl in a Christian educators group sued after a transgender teen. Please join Fox News for access to this content. Special access to selected articles and other premium. Now, wait a minute. I'm supposed to enter my email now to read Fox News app on my own freaking app? Give me a break. Now, if I were to Google 6 more states halt Biden's Title IX thing, I'd get the story. Everybody else, I could Google that story, but the Fox News app, which I have, won't let me do it unless I sign up for an extra special Fox News app. How about kiss my foot? How about that? I mean, what the hell? What do they think they're trying to freaking prove here? And they say it's free, so what do you want me to sign up for? Except to get into my face. Get into my stuff. I don't want you signing. I don't want you giving me email stuff. I freaking hate. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. 426.
He's made a stand.
It's a hill to die on, baby.
This is the hill you die on.
And I got a bunch of them now. The older I get, the more I have of those hills to die on.
Molehills.
Yeah, they're a lot smaller than they used to be.
You want to climb those tall hills.
No, I'm not going to be rappelling any buildings or anything, okay? Oh, damn. All of it hurting? Yeah, I don't think so.
Was it Blues Brothers? No. They're rappelling down the skyscraper.
Yeah. or the two cop guys, the comedy the brothers-in-law or whatever, the two brothers. What the hell was it? The guy you hate who did. The two cops. They played their partners in Cops and the funny movie.
What are you talking about?
Oh my God!
Superbad?
No. There's a movie with two guys.
That really narrows it down.
Wow. Oh my God! Okay, who did the one where
20 questions.
No, who did the show where he was running naked through the neighborhood and his wife was driving in the car and saw him?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell and a guy who plays a cop were cops together on a freaking movie, and it was a hilarious movie.
Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, the good guys.
The good guys. Thank you.
Yes.
About what? Two guys, cops. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Very good movie.
It took a while. Anyway, I have no idea why I was saying about that movie.
I have no idea.
What the hell got me started on that movie and those two guys?
Hup, coming
that was
off
that's what it was. I mean,
sorry, bro.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, hell, at Camp Lejeune for infantry training, we had a forced march, full pack and gear at 4 o'clock in the morning with nothing but a T-shirt and a rifle, and a guy died in my platoon. Anyway, 428. Chuck Schumer, the suspected child molester, tried to pretend that he knew what he was talking about with Father's Day. He said, our family lived in an apartment building all our years. My daughter and her wife just bought a house. Wait a minute. My daughter and her wife?
Yeah, his daughter's gay.
Okie dokie. My daughter and her wife just bought a house with a backyard, and for the first time, we're having a barbecue with hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill. Happy Father's Day, heaven. So the first time he's ever had a cookout, as what was he, 84? Anyway, and he shows a picture of him at the barbecue grill outside with a cold hamburger patty and a cold piece of cheese put on top of it as though he knows what he's doing. And some of the reaction is, gee golly, nothing like that piece of cheese on a raw patty. You might want to, fire that up a little longer there, Chuck. And then someone said, now, wait a minute. It's not raw or cold. It's a veggie burger with underneath a slice of tofu. Well, that figures. These freaking people are nothing but phonies. Anyway, there's your happy freaking Father's Day. And Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage tried to pull a little funny thing at the awards over the weekend for the Tonys in New York on Sunday. So the former Secretary of State, who, by the way, was given a standing ovation because she was introduced as part of the producers for a show called Suffs, which is about women's suffrage movement. And so Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage was actually up for an award at the Tonys. And she got up there and she said, I've stood on a lot of stages, but this is very special. I know a little bit about how hard it is to make change. That was supposed to be a joke, trying to make change. And people went, oh, yeah. Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage won an Emmy last year and a Grammy in 1997 for her talking audio type things. And went on to urge the people to vote. She took the opportunity, says, it's almost impossible to think about what a challenge that was, but now it's an election year. We need to be reminded how important it is to vote. So please welcome our company here. Remember, she also said, then she blamed women again recently, saying, you women abandoned me. I would have won that election, but women abandoned me because I wasn't perfect. I'm not perfect, but you abandoned me. Oh, God, everybody but herself is to blame, obviously. And then remember, on D-Day, she said, thousands of brave Americans fought to protect democracy on the shores of Normandy. This November, all we have to do is vote. As though voting is the modern-day equivalent of storming the beaches on Normandy. These people have they have no moral guideline. They literally will do anything to try to divide this country.
They're Marxists. They're just following the playbook.
The end will justify any means necessary. He warned him at the podium, and then they shot him for it, but he was right. Malcolm X. 4:31, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's your Monday going? 404-741-1230. Join us if you feel like it. What the heck? There's stuff going on here. You got Braves in town. You got ball game tonight. And
that's right.
Things and
Why don't
stuff.
you go to the ball game?
I might. Well, I got to go home and eat my chicken pops and my potato taters, my gravy and salt. The 4 basic food groups: chicken, taters, gravy, and salt. And a Hot Fudge Sunday, 5th group every night, baby.
It's time for your Georgia headlines presented by RBM of Atlanta, your Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
The Marietta woman was found dead in her apartment after coworkers went to check on her when she didn't show up for work. Coworkers say they found Samantha Woolery's lifeless body on the floor of her unlocked apartment. Police report that the 42-year-old's body had visible cuts, and they believe she was killed by someone she knew overnight. The cause of Woolery's death, though, has not yet been determined. Cobb County police have confirmed that one person died after a police chase that ended with a car crashing near Frey Road and Abington Walk overnight. One person inside the suspect's car died in the chase. Police have not released the details of what led to the chase and are continuing to investigate the incident. Scott Rhino, XTRA 106.3.
For more on Georgia politics and the latest breaking news, follow XTRA 106.3 on social media or download the XTRA 106.3 app.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Now, I know there are plenty of HVAC companies out there, but let me tell you why Central Heating and Air Conditioning stands out from the rest. These days, it's hard to tell who's on first. Everybody wants to play. Many of the local HVAC companies, though, have been sold to large conglomerates. And some are even coming back under new names. But at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, they never left the field. They've been your hometown team since 1947. And their dedication to our community has never wavered. They are the grand slam you can count on. Central's team of experts know the game inside and out, delivering dependable service and personalized solutions every time. So don't get caught off base. Choose the HVAC team that's always been in the game. Get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Turn to your Atlanta Carrier experts, Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today, 770-GET-HEAT, or visit them online at centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
on this episode of The Real Houses of Atlanta.
Whoa, Bobby, what's going on?
Well, now that I'm the HOA president, I'm going to start cracking down on the neighborhood.
With a sledgehammer?
Oh, look, this place is looking rough, and nobody's moving right now either. So I'm telling the neighbors it's time to fix up the homes they have.
And what do you suggest?
Well, I'm telling everybody on the block about Exovations. They're right here, and they can get your house the facelift it needs. We're talking new siding, roofing, windows, doors, decks, even porches, patios, and porticos. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to start with Jim next door. Hey, Jimmy, you got a window out. Check the bylaws.
Hi, this is Candace with Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. Avoid an HOA headache and let us give your home the facelift it needs. We'll introduce you to our ExoVision, our very own architectural design that allows you to envision your home's transformation before you even start the project. Ready for your on-time, on-budget, and stress-free renovation? Visit exovations.com and book your consultation today.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
Hey there, Atlanta sports fans. Home team Brandon Leak here with Sonder Health Plans. You know, I've been singing praises about their Georgia-based Medicare Advantage health plans, and now they're stepping up their game with new health plans that include home safety and accessibility modifications. Call them up right now and ask if you qualify for their fantastic $400 grocery card offer and $0 premiums. Call 800-331-2928 or visit SonderHealthPlans.com. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
Your Atlanta Braves are wanted in Texas this summer for the 2024 MLB All-Star Game. All fans who vote for the Atlanta Braves as their favorite club will receive an offer for 20% off 4 tickets to a game at Truist Park from June 14th through the 30th in select locations. Make sure the Braves take over Texas for the Midsummer Classic. Visit Braves.com/vote to cast your ballot for Marcell Ozuna, Matt Olson, and all your favorite Braves. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
How you doing? Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder, 437 in the morning. Now they got 1977. There's a guy named Jimmy Helms who pulled out of a gig at Shoreditch College. The members of the social committee decided to call upon their famous local resident, Elton John, in 1977, who lived up the road, and asked if he would show up and sing a little song or two, and he did for 2 bottles of wine in 1977. Elton John, well, they're pretty cool. Our birthday list includes Aaron and Diane Murphy are 60. They're twin sisters. Aaron and Diane Murphy shared the role of Tabitha on Bewitched. They were fraternal twins, not identical, so when they started looking less alike, Diane got fired and Aaron got to keep the job as two twins. By the way, isn't that amazing? Think about the chances and the things of those two things happening. One, where two different girl cells are fertilized to have two different children, or one cell splits in half and becomes two people. I mean, that's unbelievable. I mean, one cell divides somehow, and the DNA is in both halves of this. I mean, it's unbelievable. And the chances
it runs in the family.
Yeah, and one little wiggly out of hundreds of millions picks the right one. I mean, wow. I mean, it's just amazing.
Do you realize how lucky you are to just be here?
Yeah, I know. Oh my God. I mean, look at the wasted, trillions of. I see you around.
I don't want to look at it. I don't want to think about it.
No, that's what the internet's for. Come on. Hey. Really? Here we go. So I got to find it. I don't know what the hell that was.
Hardy boo.
Is Lucas in there? Is Lucas doing stuff? And I bet Lucas is doing stuff in there. Is he?
Yes, he is. He's here.
There you go. Lucas, one of our interns. And what happened to Robert? He got rid of Robert, did we, or what?
I'm not sure. They're kind of on-off. Some comes one day, some come the other.
Well, don't we all? And now, on this day in 1970...
That's what she said.
Hey, ho! 1972. Thank God she said it. A piece of tape, 1972 on this day, a piece of tape on a door latch and a sharp-eyed security guard, and Watergate began. 5 idiots got caught breaking into the Watergate office building in Washington, D.C. They had cameras, film, burglary tools. They were working for Nixon's re-election campaign, trying to bug the Democrat headquarters to see what they were up to, as though they needed to see what they were up to. I mean, what a ridiculous...
Biggest landslide in history.
Geez,
That's
seriously.
typical Republicans, though, shooting themselves in the foot.
I mean, there was no possible reason for anything.
McGovern had no chance in hell.
The dirty tricks campaigns and stuff. I mean, what was the point?
None of
Ed Muskie crying over his mother in a letter or something. Anyway, he had to be there.
To which this point, to the day he died, Hunter S. Thompson said that Nixon had poisoned Muskie,
Right.
which made him do that.
Yeah.
It drugged him.
Oh, Lordy. 441, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. We got some newsy stuff coming up here. A quick sort of a tribute here to George Strait. I don't know if you're a country music fan, but King of Country Music George Strait pulled off his first #1 hit in 1981 with Unwound. And now George Strait, the King of Country Music, is also the King of Country Concerts. And other concerts. George Strait broke the record for the largest U.S. ticketed show when he went on stage at Kyle Field at Texas A&M and College Station over the weekend. The Amarillo by Morning singer George Strait played to a crowd of 110,905 fans in South Texas. That broke the all-time attendance record previously set by the Grateful Dead nearly 50 years ago. The Dead show at Raceway Park in New Jersey scored 107,000 fans. George Strait beat that number by almost 4,000 tickets. He said, "We got some Aggies out there. Oh, yeah, I'm ashamed to say this, but this is my first time to ever be on Kyle Field. Damn, just invite me back. I'll come." He encouraged his fans to arrive early and stay hydrated because they're in for a treat. Governor Abbott was there to see Draft sing a couple of songs. Unbelievable concert, wrote on X. George Strait has most #1 signals of any artist in any music genre. More #1s than anybody. He's the only artist to chart a top 10 hit every year for 30 years. Think about that.
Let me ask a question. I don't know much about this guy. I really don't.
Yeah.
Could someone call up and explain what is the special appeal of this guy? Because he's blown everybody out of the water.
Well, I think part of it is his voice and part of it is his songs. Amarillo by Morning In fact, Flounder.
I don't know any of his songs.
I know. Again, I mean, I'm not. I mean, I used to be a country district DJ. I was a country disc jockey, so I know a little country music. But I'm not a huge country fan these days. But he's just.
What's so special?
Well, it's his sound and the music, the words.
Amarillo by morning, up from San Antonio.
Most number one albums in history of country music. 20 of his 60 were number one. He sold more than 120 million records. One of the best-selling artists of any kind of all time. 13 multi-platinum, 38 gold albums. I'm sorry, turn it up there, Fly. I'm sorry. We're coming up to. Here we go.
Amarillo, I'll be there.
Anyway, George Strait. I forgot. I like his music. No, I'm not here. It's just there's people who hit and people
sounds like normal country.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't sound like something that would blow everything else out of the water.
Well, he sure does. He does. 444, Kimmer Pete and Flounder. 404-741-1230.
Maybe he's just one of the last old school country classics.
Well, he's also
like after him. I mean, when what's his name, Garth Brooks came out, he was the biggest thing since sliced bread. But George Strait always just stayed consistent.
Yeah. There's also the style, I think, has changed a lot. Back when I was doing country DJing back in 1970 or whatever it was, in Phoenix, there was down home country, Merle Haggard and guys like that, and then there was uptown country and country and western. There literally were three different distinctive styles at least, and George Strait has always been, like George Jones was always. They say George Jones had the greatest voice in country music. But they had that consistency, and you always knew what you're going to get. And again, he has a great voice, and the songs were.
Lucy's on the air. She was going to shed a little information on George Strait.
Excellent, Lucy. Welcome aboard, baby. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I listen to you every day. No, the thing about George, I'm in my 50s, so that's all I've listened to. And he's the type of entertainer, you get there, you can understand what he is singing.
Yeah.
You understand, and it's just his presence. He's just, and the things he sings about is so down home. And I think that's what gets people.
Yeah, these guys are the best at telling a story. And again, in country music in particular, there's a story. They're telling a story of traveling and what they found and why they're there and what happened with a broken heart and the wife who couldn't find. I mean, it's just amazing. And again, he also seemed kind of wholesome and sort of it's sort of a thing that people can relate to, that we're willing to kind of get into the song, if that makes any sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
And don't forget about the dog, the ex-wife and all of that.
Yeah, my ex-wife ran off my dog, and I miss that dog. Lucy, you have a great day, sweetie.
Now we got Tim on the line.
Tim is really. Hey,
Kim,
Tim.
I'm
welcome.
sorry, it's Kim.
Kim, I'm sorry. You got a boy's name. Hey, baby, how's it going?
Hey, Kimmer.
Hi, sweetie.
George Strait. There's a song that he played, and he was also in a movie. I think it was called Dusty Roads or something, or that was his character.
Yeah, the song "I Cross My Heart."
I cross my heart, Dusty Roads.
I crossed my heart and promised to, and all that stuff. So he won all these women over. He's a very good-looking man, and he's a real true cowboy. Yeah. And he just kind of just spoke to a lot of people's hearts. He's very authentic and down to earth. So he's just, I think it's that song, and he's got a gazillion other ones that if you sit and listen to him, Amarillo's all right, but his other songs are really good. So just give him a listen, Pete, and you might like them.
And I think you're right, Kimmy, because the ladies love this guy. He does those love songs and the stories, and you can see him swooning. It's like romance novels or something to music.
Oh my God, and he looked good in a pair of jeans.
Thank you, Kimmy. You have a great day, baby. 4:48 almost here with
so
us.
It's mostly women.
Mostly chicks,
here.
man.
Okay.
Yeah, Kimmer Pete and Flounder and George Strait and Bible stories. We got it all. And Monday afternoon.
You know what his middle name is?
I do not.
Harvey.
Harvey. Oh, I can't believe it.
It wouldn't be the same. Harvey
No,
Strait.
I won't
Harvey
miss
Strait.
you,
Here we go.
and I won't ever take you back. Girl, your memory won't ever haunt me, 'cause I don't love you, and I feel by that.
Atlanta radio legends collide on XTRA 106.3. The legend Neil Bortz is live every week with Atlanta legend The Kimmer. Because when you get these two guys together, who knows where we'll end up?
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
The Kimmer is live on your drive home every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6. And now Neil Bortz joins this show every week. And if you miss it, catch up anytime on the XTRA 106.3 app.
All right, look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer, 449. And I was going through all my stuff today trying to find that stupid picture of Peter Lupus and me to talk about it with his birthday. And it reminded me of all the junk I have and all the stuff I've lost over the years because I didn't take my Atlanta Safe House safes down to Florida when I retired. I have 2 gun safes for Atlanta Safe House, and when I retired to Florida, I didn't have a safe down there, and I couldn't find my medical records, and the VA told me to pound sand. I mean, it's my fault. I screwed up. I lost my Social Security card years ago, too, and had to go. It's a nightmare trying to get that replaced. Your Social Security card does not go in your wallet. It goes in your Atlanta Safe House safe. And by the way, it's not just gun safes, although they're beautiful and they're always on sale, by the way. These American Security, Browning, Fort Knox, they got them all. Big, beautiful gun safes, which not just for guns. I mean, they have shelves in there. They can design all kinds of. In fact, if you haven't seen them, go to their website, atlantasafehouse.com, and you can see the different styles of the safes and what they have inside with the shelving units and big and little spaces and stuff like that. Whatever you're looking for, they can do anything. And Jeff and Mark, by the way, these guys are beautiful. This is a non-woke company. They'll never give out your safe master reset code to somebody who doesn't deserve it, because make sure you get it only. Off-duty police, firefighters, and military to deliver your safe to say thanks for what you guys do. Check out their pistol safes, jewelry safes, business safes, high security safes, and they've been doing this for decades. Don't forget their showroom in Ackworth. And please tell them the Kimmer sent you. See what they have available for you right now. Always these great prices, too. atlantasafehouse.com.
Foundation repair isn't pretty, but at Atlanta Ramjack, we make it easy.
Background investigations.
Really bites. You need people around you that are going to make the whole process easier to deal with. I just described David Van Sant at Van Sant Law. He used to work for the insurance companies. What an advantage. He knows who to call, what to say, and they're not going to pull the wool over his eyes. Give him a call. Van Sant Law, 855-GA-INJURY, vansantlaw.com, 855-GA-INJURY.
Foundation repair isn't pretty, but at Atlanta Ramjack, we make it easy. If you notice any cracks in your foundation, they need to be addressed as soon as possible to reduce additional costs that come with the repair. Why call us? Foundation repair is all we do. We have highly trained estimators that will thoroughly evaluate your home and only recommend what is needed. If you are experiencing foundation problems, please contact us at ramjack.com/Atlanta or call us at 770-502-8881.
Horizon Background Screening is a fully licensed and insured private investigations firm that focuses on litigation support for law firms, criminal defense cases, and background investigations. We are also FCRA compliant and process pre-employment background checks, tenant screening, and background checks for volunteer organizations. Whether your business is a law firm needing anything from scene investigations to witness interviews, or a company that requires pre-employment background checks, we have the experience you need. Visit horizonscreening.com to learn more. That's horizonscreening.com.
Get ready. Diamonds Direct will forever change the way you shop for jewelry. With over 80 years experience in direct sourcing, Diamonds Direct is finally opening in Atlanta. Customers across the Southeast know Diamonds Direct for their unbeatable selection and prices, but return again and again because of their unparalleled customer experience. The experts at Diamonds Direct are your advocate in the dizzying world of diamonds, ensuring you are nothing shy of confident in your purchase. How do they do it? With the best selection, the best quality, and the best price. In fact, Diamonds Direct guarantees they won't just meet any local price, they'll beat it. So if you can dream it, Diamonds Direct can deliver it. Build your own engagement ring, tap into their custom design studio, or choose from hundreds of ready-to-wear styles. No other jeweler can maximize your budget like Diamonds Direct. Diamonds Direct, coming soon to Buckhead and ready to amaze Atlanta with the best selection, the best quality, the best price, and the best people guaranteed.
Neil Borch here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, CPAPs.com. I
kind of like Blondie. I don't know why. I don't know anything about her other than the trucker yelled at her, "Hey, Blondie," and that's why she changed her name to it. Uh-oh, what happened? Did I break it? I think I broke the music.
Yep.
I broke the music. I think Flounder's getting the Biden freeze going on with the computers in here. They messed it up on you again today? Probably some kind
user error.
It's all good. This is Blondie. Here we go. On this day in 1976, Blondie released their debut single, Ex-Offender, written by Gary Valentine and Debbie Harry. The title originally was Sex Offender, about an 18-year-old boy being arrested for having sex with his younger girlfriend. Jeez. Debbie Harry changed the lyrics so that the song was about a prostitute being attracted to the police officer that arrested her. Private Stock, the band's label, insisted that the single be changed to Ex-Offender because they were nervous about the original title, Sex Offender, which was originally about a kid having sex with an underage girl. I mean, geez. But anyway, Debbie, Harry, and Blondie. Our birthday list includes Bobby Farrelly, 66, one half of the fabulous Farrelly brothers, the comedy geniuses behind There's Something About Mary, Kingpin, Dumb and Dumber, Shallow Hall, The Three Stooges, and Dumb and Dumber 2. Bobby Farrelly is 66 years old today. And let's see, a little history list here for you if we don't. In 1930, President Hoover hopes to avoid another depression. Again, 1930, avoid depression, horrible reactions to it. He signs the Hoot-Smalley tariff bill, which hiked the taxes on all the goods other countries tried to send us, jacked up the tariffs on them, making their exports nearly impossible. So they retaliated, of course, hiked their taxes on our sending them stuff, along with now initiating quotas. So the whole damn thing backfired. He was trying to do something good for the country in the Depression, and it didn't quite work. How unusual.
George Strait has been married to the same woman since 1971.
Wow. 53 years. Good for him. My folks are married for 65, I think. Or 63, 40.
Well, that was a record. You managed to turn it around back to you.
Well, it didn't take long.
In an instant.
Well, it didn't take long. Well, I'm always thinking about marriage and how I'm probably going to get married again another couple of times, before at least,
Who wouldn't want to?
Well, I was thinking of spending the weekend at Johnny's Hideaway, just looking for, just something to tide me over till next season. But, anyway, 356, Kara, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 404-7, what's that? 404.
Season?
Oh, God. First, Nucky's Hoagies, a little Flounder's funny right here for you.
Both my parents were born during the Great Depression, and they were nice enough to bring it with them. There were so many rules that eventually my mother just wrote the important ones down and stuck them on the wall of the kitchen, like you'd see at a steel factory or something. Like a lot of laundry rules. My mother was laundry room crazy. If you left your clothes in the laundry room for too long, my mother would confiscate your clothes. Disappeared, Khmer Rouge style, never to be seen again. Although one year for Christmas, my sister Ann did get a keychain, a candle, and a box of her old clothes back. So, Merry Christmas, Ann. Why are you crying? A lot of sandwich rules. You guys probably all had sandwich rules, right? There were too many of us, right? So we couldn't all make sandwiches every morning before school. So what we do is we have to make them in bulk on the weekend and then stick them in the freezer. And then on the way to school, every day we'd grab one of our sandwiches, right? And you may be thinking, Neil, that must not have made for very fresh sandwiches. But you're forgetting a more important piece of information, which is that sandwiches don't always thaw between 8 a.m. and lunchtime. In those cases,
And who's that guy?
Neil Brennan right there.
Neil Brennan. I recognize that voice. 458, Kimmer Pete and Philander. 404-741-1230. 404-741-1230. Braves back in town tonight. Who they playing? Is it not Tampa Bay? They just got rid of them.
Detroit Tigers.
Oh, the Tigers. Well, you got interleague play. Now, the Tigers were doing great for a while. Are they still playing or not?
They're in 4th place.
Oh, they weren't? God, a couple of weeks ago, they were doing great. I remember reading about them. I couldn't believe it. Maybe I could.
They're 11 games out.
Well, that's not good. Politics, a real quick update here thing. A former aide to Carmela's side piece, the shiftless and lazy vice president, one of her former aides, whose name is Ashley Etienne, her communications director, has now said who she thinks will be the biggest problem for Carmela the side piece if Donald Trump picks a certain person to be his vice president. This former Carmela aide says if he picks J.D. Vance of Ohio, the senator from Ohio, he's an incredible debater. He's the greatest threat to Carmela. He's a quality that makes him palpable to the 1 or 2% that actually might vote or is undecided, pay attention to the debates. Most people don't pay attention, though. She said he's super smart, quick-witted, and will pose a debate to Harris if he end up debating her on the stage if Donald Trump picks him as vice presidential candidate. I like the guy. He's young, but I sure like him. But he's a senator. You don't want to lose a senator unless you get another one to replace him from the Republican Party. Anyway, it's all coming up. Almost 5 o'clock.
He's got a beard, too.
What's that?
He's got a beard, and women don't like beards.
No, we'll see.
Sometimes.
Yeah, 5 o'clock. Holy crap, it's Sports Gun. A lot of sports stuff, too. And that chick basketball girl player, man. Whoa, stick up for her. My God.
WFOM and W292.
Pushback from the White House on Lisa Brady, Fox News, on videos showing President Biden appearing confused.
Videos circulating online showing President Biden wandering away from other world leaders at last week's G7 summit are deceptively edited, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says.
Instead of Republicans, focusing on the president's performance in office and what he's been able to accomplish, his actual record, they do these cheap fakes. They are cheap fakes.
Wider views do show President Biden interacting with skydivers after a demonstration. The pushback from the administration comes as polls show voter concerns about the president's age.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Jean-Pierre also downplaying footage of former President Obama leading the president off stage at a fundraiser with Hollywood heavyweights that raised a record $30 million over the weekend. This is the Biden campaign launches new ads attacking former President Trump's character, focusing on his recent conviction in New York, which the Trump campaign says shows what they call a sham trial was always meant for election interference. President Biden meeting with the head of NATO, who's highlighting that a record number of NATO members, more than 20, are now spending at least 2% of gross domestic product on defense.
So I want to thank you, Mr. Secretary General, for the incredible work you've done.
President Biden says the alliance is stronger and more united than it's ever been. The first heat wave of this summer is about to bake much of the U.S.
From the Midwest, Great Lakes, all the way through the Northeast, no one being spared from this. And some of those big cities, because of the pollution, kind of stagnant conditions, air quality alerts for New York City, Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago in place through Tuesday. You'll get that ozone effect.
Fox Weather's Steve Bender, state and local officials urging people to prepare. America is listening to Fox News.
Well, the weather's warming up and summer's just around the corner. Everyone has a favorite outdoor activity: golf, bike riding, bird watching, long walks. Ask 100 people, you'll get 100 answers. But if everyday aches and pains are keeping you on the sidelines, I have one answer: Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free daily supplement that helps your body fight pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients. It doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. Wherever you're hurting, back, neck, joints, or muscles, in 3 weeks or less, you'll start to feel the difference all day, every day. So whatever you like to do, swimming, pickleball, hanging out in the garden, Relief Factor can help you feel good again and let you enjoy all your favorite outdoor activities all summer long. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF and save on your first order. That's 1-800-4RELIEF. Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
Together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank. Ready on your dog target. Hair, help, hair, here live, play like a road guards out. Hair, help, hair, here live, play live, look out. It's only me, it's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder at the controls. Happy Monday. 504, here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We got all the political stuff going on for you. Again, we're going to play the podium princess, Rajeen Frasheen, the Raggedy Ann little rainbow haircut girl. She's black, she's gay, she's a girl. And one of the biggest, she's way worse than a Peppermint Patty. Peppermint Patty, who was there, whatever her name was, now working for CNN or MSNBC, doing the talk shows now. At least she seemed like she knew what she was talking about. You knew she was lying, but she was smart enough to have a theme, and she kind of tried to pull it off. This girl, this Rajeen Frasheen, she's just an idiot. And wait to hear the way she tries to claim that video is not real.
DEI. She is the epitome of DEI. Did not earn it.
Yeah, there was a meme earlier on Twitter that says, "I'm not here to answer your questions. I'm here because I'm a black lesbian."
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. Seriously, I mean, it's really insulting.
Well, which is more insulting, though? Having someone that's intelligent, like Jen Psaki, that you know is just abject lying to you, or someone stupid like this woman?
Well, I'd rather have the smart one, because at least I know what she's up to. This one is just insulting. I mean, if you're stupid and you're thinking I'm dumber than you are, I mean, I'm offended. Jen Psaki at least was clever, and so I feel, I'm doing a little match game wit here or something with her. But this one is just a freaking idiot. Anyway, we'll get that. I mean, seriously. I mean, she's just a disgrace. I mean, she's laughable. And she bops her head up and down like the president, we have the best economy. I mean, she's like a puppet.
The binder is what gets me.
Yeah,
she has to open up this biblical binder.
Notice how big it got real quick. Remember when back at the very beginning, she had the little regular, and all of a sudden it got bigger and bigger. Oh, Lordy.
Here's your script.
Yeah. 506, Karen, Pete, and Flounder. And as if you didn't know that this lawfare was all part of the scheme to make sure that Donald Trump would never be able, one, to either even be on the ballot, or two, as a convicted felon, it might be hard for him to get some votes. They were planning this from the beginning. That's why they saved all 4 of his trials for right before the election. They didn't pull it off, as it turns out, but they were still trying. Anyway, now we know the truth is out there because of we'll do the campaign ad here, Flounder, if you will. The Biden campaign released their ad, and instead, I think about this. You're running a political party. You want your candidate who is president to be president again. So it seems to me the thing you would do is to say, man, we are so much better off this today than we were 4 years ago. Here's what I did. I got you this, and this. America's better with this, the economy and gas prices and everything else. List all your accomplishments. Boy, good grief, don't stop us now. Instead, since they don't have any accomplishments, they have to attack Donald Trump. Their only theme is to call Donald Trump names, hoping that you will not vote for him again because you hate him, as opposed to something positive. Here's the campaign theme from President Wash Your Daughter.
In the courtroom, we see Donald Trump for who he is. He's been convicted of 34 felonies, found liable for sexual assault, and he committed financial fraud. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been working, lowering health care costs, and making big corporations pay their fair share. This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this.
Give me a break. He froze up on stage. I assume everybody has seen the video. Everybody has seen the video. Barack Hussein Putty-Tat grabs him by the wrist and slowly leads him away while he then puts his arm around President Washerdaughter's shoulder as he leads him off backstage, around the corner, and behind the curtain. I mean, honest to God, that's like the end of the story. And now it's time to close the curtain down, as Elvis would say, bring the curtain down and off. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, what a great metaphor.
Send in the clowns.
Exactly. What a great metaphor.
They're all to be clowns.
Putty-Tat grabs him by the wrist, slowly puts his arm around him. It's going to be fine, old fella. And he slowly walks him. The last thing you see is the backs of those two men walking slowly behind the curtain into the darkness. There you are.
Off the stage. Literally off the stage.
Leaving the stage. And we bring the curtain down. My God. He didn't know. Well, let's play.
You know, the only...
Yeah, go ahead.
The only thing missing was one of the huge vaudeville hooks that come out and just pull him off.
Let's play the Podium Princess again here, Flounder, if you don't mind. I mean, the nerve of these people. You'll hear what she says. The Podium Rajin at the Podium Princess, describing how. You're not really seeing what's real. You don't believe it.
It tells you everything that we need to know about how desperate Republicans are here. And instead of talking about the president's performance in office, and what I mean by that is his legislative wins, what he's been able to do for the American people across the country, we're seeing these deep fakes, these manipulated videos. And it is, again, done in bad faith.
Deep fakes, manipulated video? And again, I don't know anybody that asks for a follow-up question. I think she just doesn't call on them, but they should be yelling out. Do what Jim Acosta got for 4 years every freaking day. And by the way, Donald Trump always handled those things in person, 1,000 of them, and this guy won't do any for good reason. But again, I mean, this is unbelievable, the freaking press corps. It's just, God. And of course, now the White House is saying, Biden froze up. He had to be let off stage. And now the White House is saying, denouncing conservative outlets for pushing a similar narrative, fresh off being fact-checked by 6 mainstream outlets for lying about POTUS with cheap fakes. Rupert Murdoch's sad little super PAC, the New York Post, is back to disrespecting its readers and itself once again. Their ethical standards could deal with a little unfreezing. They're complaining that they were unethical for telling the story of the wanderer in chief. Holy cow, we saw him. We got a little delay thing going here. We got to
no, you're good now, Pete.
All right, once again, Pete Davis, I'm sorry. Yes, sir, you were saying.
Well, you don't question the emperor. The emperor has no clothes, but you're supposed to point it out.
Yeah, and you're all supposed to clap and applaud as, oh, boy, he looks great. He sure, like she said, all of his legislative accomplishments. His legislative accomplishments that they tried to get drug prices down after he jacked them up in the first place. Just astounding. Let's see. They compared the headlines to the Daily Mail. Also, the Russian state agency used the kind of freezing language to cover what Biden did walking off with Putty-Tat. He says they all got the same cheap fake memo. By pretending the president taking in an applauding crowd for a few seconds is somehow wrong, they're all really admitting once again that they can't take on the leadership that's fueling the strongest economic growth in the world and bringing violent crime to a 50-year low. The greatest economy growth in the world? I paid $4.60 this morning for gas. And that was down from $4.90, so I guess it's really swell now. I guess I should vote Democrat.
Someone pointed out yesterday that $2,000 4 years ago of groceries will now cost you $2,400.
Yeah. Well, think about it this way. That great meme that said, gee, the Democrats say, you guys don't understand. Under Donald Trump, you could only get $38 worth of gas in your tank. Now you can get $75 worth of gas in your tank. They think that's an improvement. Look at all the gas I have.
Well, I've gotten stronger. I can lift more pounds of groceries, more dollars worth of groceries.
That's right. I can lift 100 pounds of groceries in one hand now instead of 80. God. I mean, seriously. And by the way, I heard them talking today. I thought the debate coming up in 10 days? 9-10 days. I thought the debate was going to have them sitting at a table. And I heard today that they're going to be standing.
Good.
I think that's great. And I heard today the guys before us, excuse me, the thing here, were saying that they can't wait because they don't know if Joe Biden can stand for an hour and a half at a podium. And I thought it was all seating. Clearly, I'm mistaken. I thought I'm going to have to Google it and look it up, but I didn't. I tried a little while ago, didn't find anything. I thought originally it was sitting at a table. But I hope, gee, this is going to be great. 5:13, a lot of sports action coming up, including Caitlin Clark stuff again, man. Yeah, I don't believe it, why they're not supporting her. And we got a whole bunch of good stuff. Come, Kimber Pete and Flow to the U.S. Open. Oh, I got a lot about that, too. All right, here we go. 5 o'clock, 5:13.
A landmark decision that will affect all of us.
It feels like this is a new norm.
Donald Trump convicted.
Well, I think that's exactly where we are. I think it does set a precedent and it crosses a line.
And XTRA 106.3 is bringing you the conservative voices you need during this unprecedented time in America.
Only fascists try to imprison their political opponents.
Yep. We are Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station. XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
The warm air, the beautiful weather, and the sounds of baseball. It's got you thinking about hitting the road. And no matter where your adventures take you, Subaru of Gwinnett has a vehicle to get you there safely and in style. Like the 2024 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance, more than the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4. Or the 2024 Subaru Forester, the SUV for all you love. It's the right size SUV for all the adventures ahead, with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. No matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey, it's Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Ventrac. Not everyone has a need for a tractor, but for those of you who do, you need to check out Ventrac Tractors. Ventrac is the ultimate versatile compact tractor. Property managers and golf courses know that Ventrac protects the turf better than anything else. And all of our users benefit from the ability to mow in wet conditions, conquer steep slopes, heavy brush mowing, and much, much more. Georgia, get your Ventrac at Howard Brothers. The grass, and if you need a tractor, you've got lots of it, is always greener when you take care of it with Ventrac and Howard Brothers.
XTRA 106.3 listeners are falling in love with Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell.
Me and my wife now find our favorite sandwich place. That food over there was great.
Yeah, those rolls are so soft and sweet. I mean, it was just melt in your mouth. It was, and the steak was tender and juicy and flavorful. I can't say enough about it. It was very, very impressive.
It was so good.
Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner. Nucky'sHoagies.com.
Don't miss the Atlanta Mushroom Festival, Sunday, June 23rd at Park Tavern in Piedmont Park. Beginning at 12 p.m. and ending at 7 p.m., this dog and family-friendly event features live music, educational speakers from the CDC and Emory, and over 30 mushroom-themed vendors. Early bird tickets are only $10, which directly supports the nonprofit festival. For more information, visit AtlantaMushroomFestival.com or Atlanta Mushroom Festival on all social platforms.
Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. Tune in on Saturdays or catch up on all past episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at thepodcastpark.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
All right, look out now. 5 o'clock hour brought to you by Lee Brandt Jewelers, where luxury jewelry and watches are affordable. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com. It's 5:18, and holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Braves began a 3-game series in Truist Park tonight against the Tigers. The 6-3 Max Fried against the 1-8 Reese Olson for Detroit, a right-hander. Despite his record, he has an ERA under 4. A little bad luck, it seems. Jared Kelenic has taken to the leadoff position like a duck to water.
Yeah.
It's like he's born to do it. It'll be Murphy behind the plate tonight. Forrest Wall in left field, batting 8th. Well, yesterday, the Bravos came back from a 6-run deficit, only to fall short in the 9th, 8-6 to Tampa Bay. Austin Riley had tied the game with this blast.
Austin Riley strikes one hard, deep right center field, Siri to the wall, and that ain't coming back. A 3-run home run by Austin Riley into the Braves bullpen.
Ben Ingram on 680 The Fan, turning on everybody's iPhones right there, talking about how Siri caught the ball out there. Riley pointed to the sky after the home run, later explained it was for his former batting instructor and friend Mike Brumley, a former Braves coach and Mariners player, passed away over the weekend in a traffic accident. Riley developed a strong bond with Brumley, who was a hitting instructor in the Braves system from 2018 to 21. The two stayed in contact over the years. He even worked with them last week in Baltimore when he was up there.
He was only 61 years old, Mike Brumley.
I know. Rookie Hurston Waldrop, a very short outing, 3 1/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 6 earned runs, 4 of them on a grand slam. He walked 4 and struck out 2. Now, he was supposed to be sent back to Gwinnett, but he told everybody he's got a little elbow pain, so they put him on the 15-day injured list, and they may give him an MRI. They haven't decided yet. Outfitter Wall brought up along with right-handed pitcher Daysbel Hernandez. J.P. Martinez sent back down. The Braves are 8 games behind the Phillies, who activate shortstop Trey Turner today, and the Tigers are in 4th place, 11 games behind Cleveland in the AL Central.
We don't like that Trey Turner. I don't like this at all. He's that big, tall, skinny guy who hurts us all the time, isn't he? Jeez.
Yeah. He's like Lane Thomas in Washington. What a pain in the butt those guys are.
Grief.
What was fun to see was reliever Grant Holmes, who looks like he just stepped off the set of tires with that mullet. Pitched 3 scoreless innings of 2 hit ball with 2 strikeouts in his major league debut, 10 years after being a high draft choice by the Dodgers.
Wow.
So good for him.
Great story.
He says 10 years wasn't that long to wait to achieve your dream. So good.
Cool.
Speaking of L.A., Mookie Betts has a fractured hand after being hit by a pitch. He's going to miss several weeks. No surgery needed, though. And there's a rumor out there that the Dodgers are going to try and get shortstop Paul DeJong from the White Sox. I was watching him over the weekend. He has 14 home runs already, so he could pop her out there. Bryce Harper and Aaron Judge are the leading vote getters for their respective leagues so far in the All-Star Game voting. Phase 1 voting ends June 27th, so there's still time to vote for your favorite Braves on AtlantaBraves.com. Right now, no Braves are in the top positions for anybody, American or National League. So you need to work on that. Well, it's been kind of a downer year, a little bit, but not too much.
And Acuna's hurt, so yeah.
That's right. They're still leading the wild card by 4 or 5 games, so it's no big deal. Yeah. Kudos to the beer-willing gentleman who dressed up as a killer bee, John Belushi style, and sat behind home plate at the Diamondbacks game in Phoenix the other night. He would sit behind when the other team was pitching, and then he'd move over to the right when his team pitched. It was pretty good.
It's a bumblebee, for God's sakes.
The Giants and Cardinals will play a game in Rickwood Stadium Thursday night. Where is Rickwood Stadium?
It's probably overseas, Taiwan, I'm guessing, and maybe Singapore, maybe like Egypt someplace, hopefully, to
you
kind
really
of expand.
Don't know,
I don't know where the thing is now.
All right, you can drive to it in 3 hours. It's 114 years old, the oldest pro ballpark in America. It's in Birmingham. That's right. It will honor the Negro Leagues and Willie Mays, who played for the Birmingham Black Barons. Unfortunately, the Say Hey Kid cannot make it because of health reasons. He's 93 years old.
Wow. Real? Oh, my goodness.
93. Greatest living ball player. Yeah. Greatest living ball player. Yeah. How about that U.S. Open? Wasn't it wild? Wasn't it crazy?
Oh, yeah, right.
the biggest choke since Mama Cass. Rory McIlroy didn't miss a putt under 5 feet for 69 holes at Pinehurst number 2 over the tournament. He missed 2 on the last 3 holes, blowing the lead and then having to watch Bryce DeChambeau snatch the trophy right from under him. Even John Bonham was shaking his head about the choke job that went down there. Jimi Hendrix couldn't believe it.
No.
McIlroy had attempted 496 putts from inside 3 feet this year and then made all 496 into the last 3 holes. And it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, and the putts weren't, like dead breaking 4-foot, 3-foot break.
No.
They were just
I could have made them.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they were quick putts. The greens were fast, but still, there's no way he missed those 2 putts.
Well, it's been 10 years since the Northern Irishman last won a major, but the second U.S. Open for Bryce, which even led former arch nemesis Brooks Koepka to send him a congratulatory tweet saying, "Welcome to the Two-Timers Club at the Open." Very nice of him.
Very classy. Yeah.
DeChambeau said he didn't think he could win it when his ball landed next to that root, but then he heard the crowd groan and McIlroy missed the putt, and he knew, you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah, he's put it in the rough over there. It was right. I was afraid he's going to break a wrist or something because that big root was right there.
He put it like 4 straight times. I've never seen a guy who won something so many times to the right in the rough.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Rory was so upset he got into his car and sped off without talking to the media. Literally, he had to put on brakes before hitting some people. There's video of him leaving. Well, at least he's got a devoted woman at home waiting to console him. Got a sandwich waiting for him.
I'll bet she called him before his match and said, you worthless. You're nothing. You're not going to make it. You're going to miss every putt. Yeah, sorry.
Now, today, all 3, the 2 of them and their little daughter, were seen out and about. So, he's trying to put it behind him already, even though it'll never happen.
No.
ESPN Scott Van Pelt criticized him for bolting, pointing out Phil Mickelson and Greg Norman faced the music after blowing a U.S. Open and Masters, respectively. After Norman's Masters debacle back in '96, Van Pelt said, when it mercifully ended, Norman stood there under the magnolia trees in the darkness. He answered the questions about what happened. I'm certain he would have preferred that the earth open up and swallow him whole, but he stood there and he took it. Rory today did not, and you just have to.
In fact, that's the difference. Rory McIlroy showed no class whatsoever, and Norman, I remember, the only thing he didn't say when he lost that match was what Nick Faldo talked to him privately in his ear when they were hugging on the 18th green. Nick Faldo gave him a personal message, and Norman, that's the only thing Norman didn't answer, saying, well, it's kind of personal thing. But he was there for the duration. And how could Rory McIlroy just walk off? That's so classless. I mean,
how could he do what he did to his wife last month?
I know. Yeah, he sent her a text and she called off the divorce, and I don't know what's
and showed up a guy at the door handing it instead of telling her. The guy shows up at the door.
Yeah, guess what? We got a messenger for
lost
you.
a lot of respect for him, I tell you.
Yeah.
Here's a tweet that will last forever. Mike Golick Jr. tweeting Dan Lebitard. You know what the M in McIlroy stands for, Dan? Making putts.
Yowie. When you're done with the U.S. Open, I have a couple of observations when you're done with your part of the U.S. Open.
Let's see. Yeah, go for it.
Donald Ross course. I grew up on a Donald Ross course. 2-time back-to-back champion, by the way, at my club. So I played Donald Ross course 19 years ago. No, 20 years ago, over at Pinehurst number 2. Anyway, I know that Donald Ross did not design the hole number 7 to be 534-yard par 4. 534-yard par 4. I know he did not design a golf course with a 634-yard par 5. And by the way, on that hole, DeChambeau, who he built himself to be a muscle man, then he's back down a little bit, but he still creams the ball. I'm going to give you the statistics. 640-yard par 5. 640-yard. He hit a driver about 360. He had 175 yards left to the green. He hit a pitching wedge. 640-yard hole, driver, pitching wedge on the green in 2.
Who among us hasn't done that?
And by the way, the guy, when he was on the green for that putt for the win, the guy he was playing with had a shorter putt to end his match, but he marked it instead, and he made DeChambeau putt before night, so he would not be the final putt of the tournament. When a guy's going to win a putt to win the tournament, you let him putt last. So
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and this guy instead marked his ball, and the crowd booed. When he marked his ball like 2 feet away from the hole, he should have gone ahead and putted it. He was afraid to putt it because he didn't want to rush it. Because he's playing for a score, and he wanted to be up there like tied for second or third, whatever it was.
Is that can't play? Can't play in majors?
I don't know. You talking about Cantley? Or were you making a joke?
The one always chokes at the end of the majors.
I don't know. But anyway, he was afraid to miss his putt, so he made the champion win the champion putt before the end of the tournament. It was just wrong, and he apologized later. And by the way, DeChambeau showed a lot of class, told the crowd, no, don't. It's so fine. Don't worry about anything. He showed a lot of class in that win. Anyway, just his observation.
Miss it. Spoke last week about the College Football Hall of Fame not wanting Mike Leach in there because he doesn't have a winning percentage of 600 or more.
Yeah.
Now comes Les Miles actually suing to get in. The grass-eating enthusiast is suing LSU over 37 wins of his that were vacated after an NCAA investigation. That dropped his win-loss percentage down to .596. With those other 37 victories, his percentage is up to .665. He last coached at Kansas 4 years ago, hasn't coached in Baton Rouge since 2016. Well, Eastern Michigan just got a 3-star linebacker named Noah Kanega is how his last name is pronounced. His surname is spelled Knigga.
Yeah, I saw that. We don't want
Be very careful there, my friend.
Yeah.
It's a German name used mostly in Austria and Indiana.
Yeah.
I'm not making that up. Let's all say it together.
Yeah.
Kanega.
Nega.
Okay,
Nega.
let's get it straight.
There's
All
a
right.
nay in there, not a,
Yeah. The Chiefs' turbulent offseason continues as KC defensive lineman Isaiah Buggs arrested for a second time in a month, booked on domestic violence and burglary charge in Alabama Sunday morning and released. Just a few weeks ago, Buggs was arrested for animal cruelty. Seems he's working his way up the evolutionary ladder these days. He's up to humans now. And if you're wondering what Bill Belichick is doing out of coaching now, don't worry.
Yeah.
He's got a new squeeze.
Yeah, have you checked this out? Good.
Former college cheerleader. 24 years old.
Yeah, 24,
How was your weekend?
Yeah, she's a knockout, too, by the way.
She's good looking, too. Charles Barkley says he's going to retire from broadcasting after next season, says he's not going to work for anyone after TNT, so we'll see if that holds up.
Oh, good.
And not really an Angel Reese did it again thing. It's really doing it again.
Can you believe this?
This time nearly taking Caitlin Clark's head off with a flagrant foul during Reese's team's loss to Caitlin's. As always, Straight Kate took the high road while Reese whined about being a victim.
She was a complete victim, and she said a lot about it. She was quoted as saying, I'm a victim.
We went over this 5 minutes.
Court, not Clancy's pool room. Sit down. I'm a victim of circumstance. Who are you hitting? Oh, you're gone. Be quiet.
Slightly.
We're so close. Slightly. ESPN NFL analyst Robert Griffin tweets, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are being used in a race war that is not fair to either athlete or the game of basketball. Matt Leinart tweeted Reese should be suspended, to which another media member attacked him, saying white men shouldn't even talk about the WNBA. Well, sorry, Bub or Bubette, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
we can talk about whatever we feel like.
Still America,
It's my opinion. That's why we welcome yours. 1970 on this date, two friends of the show, Willie Mays and Ernie Banks, both homered, marking the first time the two big leaguers with 500 dingers have homered in the same game. And your quote of the day comes from Brewers play-by-play legend Bob Uecker, who once said, my manager told me to grab a bat and go stop this rally.
They said that on Johnny Carson, if I'm not mistaken. And by the way, I don't know why some teammate of Caitlin Clark doesn't punch that girl in the face.
And they agree with her. They probably hate her too.
I mean, it's just so wrong. I mean, it's just, and I hope they suffer for it. I mean, it's out in wide open, in the open. And they're making it news items. This is not a sports thing on ESPN. Right. This is a news item.
Well, you got the enablers like Stephen A. defending Angel. Angel on there going, you media are out to get me. Yeah. No, you're out to get you. Yeah. You're an idiot. Yeah. You're a thug.
Yeah. Quick sports birthday. Venus Williams is. Was she the killer? I think she's the killer.
No.
It was the other one?
I don't know which one killed that person.
Anyway,
though.
Venus Williams is 44, the tennis girl. And a quick sports note on this day in 1989, retired Oakland superstar player John Matuszak died of heart failure. He was only 38. Painkillers, cocaine in his system. Your kids might have known him as Sloth in the Goonies. But he abused chemicals and drugs and paid for it with his life, unfortunately. 5:32, Kim, Pete, and Flounder. Holy crap, Flounder's Funny's coming up and actual newsy stuff, too. Don't go away now.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the XTRA 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the XTRA 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
On this episode of The Real Houses of Atlanta.
Whoa, Bobby, what's going on?
Well, now that I'm the HOA president, I'm going to start cracking down on the neighborhood.
With a sledgehammer?
Oh, look, this place is looking rough, and nobody's moving right now either. So I'm telling the neighbors it's time to fix up the homes they have.
And what do you suggest?
Well, I'm telling everybody on the block about Exovations. They're right here, and they can get your house the facelift it needs. We're talking new siding, roofing, windows, doors, decks, even porches, patios, and porticos. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to start with Jim next door. Hey, Jimmy, you got a window out. Check the bylaws.
Hi, this is Candace with Exovations, and have I got a tip for you. Avoid an HOA headache and let us give your home the facelift it needs. We'll introduce you to our ExoVision, our very own architectural design that allows you to envision your home's transformation before you even start the project. Ready for your on-time, on-budget, and stress-free renovation? Visit exovations.com and book your consultation today.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
It is so important to prepare in case of any emergency, and there's one place you can do that, and that's True Prep in Marietta on Cobb Parkway. But before you get into preparing, you need to know everything that goes into preparing. That's why they have all these great classes. They always have an intro to emergency preparedness class. What about a bug out bag? Make sure that you go to their class on that. And also, don't forget, they also do blood drives, everything else. It's your one-stop shop for preparedness. True Prep, Marietta, Cobb Parkway, or online, trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
My name is Amy Risley. I have been working for Bruce Hagen for 17 years. When I first started, my boys were 4 and 6, and whenever I needed, Bruce allowed me to bring them to our office. Bruce has always treated us like family, and 17 years later, I still love coming to work for Bruce Hagen. Just recently, a friend told me they hear Bruce talking on 680 The Fan. They asked me if he was as nice as he appeared to be on air. I smiled, and without any hesitation, answered, he's even nicer in person. I'm Amy Risley. I work for Bruce Hagen. Let Bruce Hagen work for you. Hagen-law.com.
Retired or retiring soon? How much money do you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1, find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2, have a plan to get there. Step 3, make sure that plan can take advantage of market gains but protect you from market losses. Discover how to do all three with a free consultation at 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results.
The Stones. Yeah, baby. Early Stones, 1972. The Stones album Exile on Main Street started a 4-week run at #1 in the American charts. A double album, regularly regarded as one of the best of the band's history, features Rocks Off, Rip This Joint, Happy, and Tumbling Dice. Oh, 72. Wow. That was 52 years ago. Holy smokes.
They had a run of 4 albums. Beggar's Banquet, Let It Bleed, Sticky Fingers, and this in a row. Boom, 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 boom.
Unbelievable. I mean, think about 52 years. And they're still selling out. And just, I mean, it's... what a tribute. Jeff's coming up on the phone. Hold everything. 5:37. A quick birthday list. Jason Patrick is 58 years old. Corey Haim's brother in The Lost Boys. Sandra Bullock's love interest in the franchise Killing Speed 2. Jason's dad was Jason Miller. Jason Patrick, the birthday guy, 58. Jason's dad was Jason Miller, who played Father Damien in The Exorcist. Oh, I'll be damned. I didn't know that. Remember, The Exorcist, the father who played that was his Jason Patrick's father. He's also the grandson of the comedy legend Jackie Gleason. Jason Patrick, Jackie Gleason's grandson, 58. And he was also, the movie they didn't mention was Sleepers. Man, if you haven't seen that movie, Sleepers, that's a hard movie, but it is really well. And it's with that pretty boy,
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And the roles were, and that girl who used to have the like Australian accent or something, she was in the one where Matt Damon and the other guy won the Academy Award for writing the script of The People from Boston and
Good Will Hunting.
He was
Minnie Driver.
Minnie Driver. She's running that movie too. In the Sleepers. Sorry, I had to get there. Anyway, so that's the scoop on Sleepers. And on this day, I got a quick Revolutionary War thing, which is kind of cool. I have to go to Mr. Phone for part of this. 1775, the Revolutionary War Battle of Bunker Hill went down near Boston. The Americans led by Colonel William Prescott, who told his troops, "Don't fire till you see the whites of their eyes." Now, here's the quick story background. The colonialists toiled industriously all through the night and early in the morning to construct an earthen fort 160 feet long and 30 feet high on top of Bunker Hill, with breastworks and a rail fence all the way down to the Mystic River. Astonished British generals woke up on the morning of the Bunker Hill attack to discover all these newly erected defenses. They said, "No, wait a minute." And so I mean, talk about a surprise, Gee, goodness. Anyway, now America lost the battle, as it turned out. After the colonial militiamen repelled the first 2 British assaults, they actually ran out of ammunition. On the 3rd attack, were forced to abandon their redoubt. But you have to understand this. It was a moral victory. This was a time when the colonies said, "Holy cow, we sent back the British, and if we had more ammo, we'd still be sending back the British." And they said, "We can do this." Yep. I mean, the Bunker Hill, they lost the battle, but they sure started winning the war. Bunker Hill proved we're in it, we can do it, and if we are dedicated, glory be ours. What a hell of a... Can you imagine in 1775 what that must have been like? I mean,
you're a collection of silversmiths and farmers going up against the greatest power the world had ever seen up to that time.
Greatest navy when they 10,000 ships show up in Boston Harbor or something. Holy cow. 540. Jeff from Atlanta Safe House on the line with a Kipper Pete and Flounder. Hello, Jeff. How's it going? What's up?
I'm well. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great, my friend. What's happening?
So I got something that you're never going to unhear when I tell you this.
Uh-oh.
So the Rolling Stones have a song called Beast of Burden, right?
Oh, yes. Very
I'll never
song,
be your Beast of Burden.
Beast of Burden,
But if you change the lyrics, you'll never unhear this to I'll never leave your pizza burning. You'll never, ever unhear that the rest of your life. So when you hear that song, it's ruined forever now.
I've seen the pizza burning.
I'll never leave your pizza burning.
Hey, thanks a lot. Like, I don't have enough mental problems as it is.
I was going to call you about what's going on with this Jake Tapper and Dana Bash being the moderators and no one-liners available now with the mics turning off.
I don't. And frankly, I thought they were going to be seated. I thought that was one of the Biden campaign demands. And I heard this morning they're going to be standing, which I think will be great. But still, I don't know. I mean, I'll have to check it out. Now, but you think it's going to mean anything, Jeff? When it's all is said and done, I assume that Biden is setting the bar so low that if he even just survives without falling asleep, they'll say, "Boy, he did great." So
I think he's going to win. I think he's going to win that debate no matter what. All he has to do is live through the debate and then act chipper, and boom, he wins that debate.
He's going to come out screaming and yelling, "You're a disgrace, convicted felon. No, America doesn't." I mean, he's just going to start screaming like, "Get off my lawn!" And that'll be his campaign tactic for the debate. And I hope Donald Trump tries to charge his memory, making him try to think of things that he has to remember things. And Trump should say, "Okay, name any 5 members of your cabinet, in 10 seconds." Seriously, any 5. Anyone
all
ready?
Your kids'
go.
names.
Yeah.
Well, I heard something interesting today. I saw the interview with Biden talking to a woman who owned an ice cream shop, and he was like, "How's business?" She's like, "Really good. I got lots of opportunities as far as grants go." I'm like, "Oh, tax dollars. Your business is going good because of our tax dollars." Thank you.
I love it. Jeff, you have a great afternoon. Hi to Mark and the gang at Atlanta Safe House. Their showrooms in Ackworth, by the way. Stop up and say hi. Thanks, man. Always a pleasure to talk to Jeff and the guys. They're keeping me on the straight and narrow, that's for sure. By the way, a couple of things from Babylon Bee. I mentioned earlier that they were mentioning that Obama started to panic when he was walking Biden off the stage last night because his remote control for Biden wasn't functioning properly. Let's see. They showed a picture of President Washer-daughter with his touching forehead with a pope when he went in for, it looked like he wanted to sniff his nose hairs or something. And the Babylon Bee says, Biden disappointed after huge scoop of vanilla ice cream turns out to be Pope Francis. Because he looked like a big bowl of vanilla ice cream. I mean, what a disgrace. Dear God. Authorities warn of Khan. They show a picture of him with Zelensky from Ukraine. Authorities warn of a con artist scamming dementia patients out of billions of dollars. And one more of my favorites of the Babylon Bee. Strange events here. A female pastor gives hellfire and brimstone sermon once every month or so. So here we are in the every 28 days she can really rock and roll, my friends. 544, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And we mentioned earlier, just in passing now, this is going to be pretty exciting. Researchers have discovered an ancient military base which they believe will corroborate a Bible story about God's angels fending off an attack on Jerusalem 2,700 years ago. The tale is the Lord sent a messenger, an angel, to fight an army of Assyrian soldiers who had come to conquer the Holy Land. They descended on the invading military and killed 185,000 soldiers in one night. There's never been any archaeological evidence of the supernatural event or that there was ever any battle until now. All of a sudden, an archaeologist says he's found evidence the epic battle took place hundreds of years before the time of Christ. Invasion of Jerusalem, driven by the Empire King, is that Sennacherib, wanted to assert his political and economic dominance over the Syrian desert. They discovered a scene carved into the stone walls of the palace. The carving showed the military base was laid out, comparing it to photos taken of the area in the 1910s. The area was the same size and shape as the drawings on the palace wall, led to ruins containing the remains of the perimeter wall and the pottery shards. They determined it was abandoned after his invasion, and humans had not inhabited that area for at least 2,600 years. 3 Bible stories tell of the Assyrian soldiers slain the night before they attacked Jerusalem. They all describe the deity Yahweh sending an angel to pass through the camp while the soldiers slept, slaying them all, 185,000. Another says it came to pass that night the angel went out and smote the camp, 100 foursome and 5,000. When they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpses. 546, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Happy Monday, Braves in town. Here we go. Look out.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the XTRA 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the XTRA 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Hey there, Atlanta sports fans. Home team Brandon Leak here with Sonder Health Plans. You know, I've been singing praises about their Georgia-based Medicare Advantage health plans, and now they're stepping up their game with new health plans that include home safety and accessibility modifications. Call them up right now and ask if you qualify for their fantastic $400 grocery card offer and $0 premiums. Call 800-331-2928 or visit SonderHealthPlans.com. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
When you're leaving the house, do you plead with your garage door? Please open, please open. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. Let us take that anxiety away with one quick call. Our highly trained technicians will get to the bottom of your garage door issues. It could be a simple repair, a malfunctioning opener, or maybe just needs a tune-up. But if it's time for your garage door to be replaced, we'll make that easy too with upfront pricing and free estimates. When trust matters, trust us. All, the number 4, Seasons Garages.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
Well, Michael, I want to thank you for your time, but unfortunately, we can't offer you the position.
Why?
Well, we got the results of your background check, and quite frankly, we were concerned.
About what?
Apparently, you were arrested for throwing a shopping cart at a customer?
In my defense, he had it coming.
At Horizon Background Screening, we find things that other companies don't. That's why companies that use us make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
Shooting drills. A coach who knows the game can teach their team how to improve, but one who genuinely cares about each player.
You have what it takes. We got this.
Can inspire them to win. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Because when you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Start feeling unstoppable. Visit truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Giddy up go, little darling. Says Hank Owens and the Country Boys. No, it's not Hank Owens. Mel Bingo. Mel Haggard. There we go. Ding. It was on this day, 1965. Working at Abbey Road Studios, the Beatles finished work on the new Paul McCartney song Yesterday with the overdubbing of an additional vocal track by McCartney and a string quartet. On this day in 65, they also recorded Act Naturally for Ringo's vocal contribution on the Help album and the song Wait in 4 takes. Wait will not be included on Help. It was included on the following LP, Rubber Soul, but they recorded Act Naturally for Ringo for the Help album. Just like he said right there. Dun, dun, dun. Ringo Starr. A couple of birthdays. Barry Manilow, 81. Copacabana, Mandy, I write the songs. He did the commercials for McDonald's. I remember very specifically. Barry Manilow, 81 years old. And also, let's see, Greg Kinnear, Little Miss Sunshine, As Good as It Gets, last song with Miley Cyrus. Greg Kinnear is 61 years old today. On this day in 2017, the first Bill Cosby sexual assault trial ended in a mistrial because the jury was deadlocked. That was 2017. They got back in 2018. Retrial, he was sentenced to 3 to 10 years, and that conviction was vacated in 2021 because they were doing stuff they should have done by the prosecution. So either way, I guess Bill Cosby is going to be just a wonderful guy from now on. And one quick thing. 1879, yes, Rutgers University gave inventor and greedy sadist Thomas Edison an honorary doctorate in philosophy because Thomas Edison's philosophy was to stick electrocution wires in animals if he could make him more money. So it's kind of philosophically it was okay. What's the matter? What happened?
Breaking news. Sir Ian McKellen has been rushed to the hospital. He fell off the London stage in a play. He fell off.
That famous from the Hobbit or whatever they are movies?
Lord of the Rings.
Ian
McKellen, X-Men. He's Magneto.
He's got to be He's got to be up there pretty good too, doesn't he? Have an age on him?
85. Wow. And he was doing a battle scene.
And he fell off 85 years old, and he's still doing battle scenes and fell off a stage. How many bones did he break?
Well, they say crowd out in pain, audience left in tears. They evacuated. He was screaming, "Help me!"
Oh my God. Well, he must have broken.
Not good.
Oh, man. And again, it's not, 85. Let me tell you, you get close to 80 and all of a sudden your balance is not what it used to be.
I'm not going to lie. I thought this was a joke of Pete's. I was literally waiting to hit the rim shot.
Oh, but
because you know how Pete, because Pete always does the jokes. I was waiting for the punchline.
It's like he starts the show with one of these. Oh my God!
I'm offended.
Well, you certainly should be, sir. It's a disgraceful. Oh my goodness! And by the way, Gary Trudeau, Doonesbury had a cartoon over the weekend, which is exactly the way it should be happening. The guys on the radio says, we're back now. Hold on, I got to get my things on here. We're back and continuing our conversation with FEMA Administrator Dean Criswell. Ms. Criswell, I understand FEMA's repositioning temporary shelters in the nation's red states. What's going on? Well, part of FEMA's mission, this is the emergency people, FEMA's mission is to prepare for and mitigate against man-made disasters. He says, the event that Trump loses the election, we need to be ready to set up reality re-entry camps. We're concerned that millions of MAGA survivors will be wandering the country unmoored, confused, and unable to make sense of post-cult life. We'll be offering deprogramming services, slowly re-exposing them to actual facts, but doing so as humanely as possible. These folks have been through a lot. The guy says, so what happens to the camps if Trump wins? She says, well, they'll be used for immigrants. Don't get me started. Actually, they do want to have re-education camps. They've said it out loud. We talked about this last week. Actually talking about this very idea that there's going to have to be some kind of a programming thing to get MAGA Republicans to get back and step with the Democrats. And by the way, if they do that kind of thing, I hope there is a Trump revenge tour. I truly hope that he goes to get the people who have been trying to destroy this country. All 51 of those guys who signed that document, their security clearance is gone immediately, and they should be arrested and charged with insurrection for trying to upend a federal election, election interference. Every stinking one of them, and they knew it was the Hunter laptop was real, and they signed it anyway. The FBI director knew it was real, and he made them sign that and allowed them sign that and didn't tell them not to sign it because it was real and they shouldn't have signed it. So they were all in on it. I hope there's a revenge tour, and I also hope to God that there's a retribution to get rid of all those people and get rid of all those millions of illegal aliens who are not here to make a better life for our country. They're here and they're not here for amnesty either. What a bunch of crap. In fact, by the way, speaking of amnesty, Flounder, we have time to play one more quick thing of that sheriff in Maryland about an El Salvador gangbanger who murdered a mother of 5 and finally got caught. Here's what the sheriff says about being a border state in Maryland.
Rachel was not his first victim, and it's my understanding that this suspect, this monster, fled to the United States illegally after committing the brutal murder of a young woman in El Salvador a month early in January of 2023. Once in our country, and likely emboldened by his anonymity, he brutally attacked a 9-year-old girl and her mother during a home invasion in March of 2023 in Los Angeles. And as everyone I believe is aware, that was our first DNA match linking Rachel's case to the Los Angeles case. It has been a fear of mine that once we identified this suspect, the result would be exactly this. And I want to now direct these comments to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and to every member in both chambers of Congress. We are 1,800 miles away here in Harford County. We are 1,800 miles away from the southern border, and the American citizens are not safe because of failed immigration policies. This is the second time in just 2 years that an innocent Harford County woman has lost her life to a criminal in our country illegally. Let me repeat that. 1,800 miles from the southern border, and this is the second woman in our county to be killed by an illegal alien. Suspects, in both cases, they are suspects from El Salvador with ties to criminal gangs. Should not be happening. Victor Hernandez did not come here to make a better life for himself or for his family. He came here...
Exactly. To commit crimes and get away from murder he committed in El Salvador. 5:58, Nucky's Hoagies brings a little Flounders funny here.
She's doing Common Core math. She brought home new math. That's what they want us to do. I don't even know what this math is. And they're like, here's a new one. You're like, oh, great. I get to watch a 40-minute YouTube video on Common Core math. And it's not like the old math was doing bad. It's doing great. It's not like we're getting incorrect change everywhere. And we're just sitting there like this stupid old math. I wish new math would come along. If you don't know Common Core math, it's just basically a long way to get to the same answer. It's like how can we use the entire sheet of paper for this math problem? And even when you break it down, you see old math sneak in there. I mean, you're like, that was old math right there. Just do that at the beginning, and we won't even have to be in this. I told my wife, it's a long way to get to the same thing. It would be if you came to my house and you knocked on the front door and you're like, can I come in? And I was like, could you walk around and come in through the back door? And you'd be like, does the front door not work? And he's like, it works. It works fine. I use it. Most people still use it. But the new way.
Kimmer Pete Flounder, gotta go. You're killing me. Sing me home, Christine. Tomorrow we do it all over again. Go Braves from Herb and Herb. Look out.
The Kimmer Show is back every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. only on WFOM Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. XTRA 106.3 FM.